Yo, what's going on, trainers? Welcome to my support only solo queue to master challenge series. In this series, I'm going to show you how to get to the master rank using only support Pokemon. And if you don't have any friends, then don't worry because I'm going to be doing this all solo anyway. This is a brand new account, so I don't have any item upgrades either. My goal with this series is to show players that if you're jumping into Pokemon Unite late, you can still rank up without spending any money, without having any friends, and you can do it with any Pokemon you want, even little Eldegoss here. This account is still in the beginner rank, so in this episode we'll be working our way into the great tier. Today I'm going to show you the fundamentals of laning and positioning. We're going to get as much as we can out of the laning phase while still playing really safe with our positioning. At the lower ranks, it's just not necessary to make any risky plays because our opponents will just make mistakes and give us free advantages anyway. So all we have to do is play safe, sit back, and take all the freebies that we're inevitably going to be getting here. Real quick before we hop into the first game, I do just want to mention items, Buddy Barrier, Buddy Barrier, Buddy Barrier. This is the one item that you will use, not just on every support, but it's actually great on pretty much every character in the game. I would pick up Buddy Barrier as soon as you can and get it up to level 10 ASAP. For Eldegoss, the build I recommend is Buddy Barrier, EXP Share, and Muscle Band. Yes, that is right, I did just recommend Muscle Band for Eldegoss, and it's actually really good on Eldegoss for their early game because the item's passive effect is going to make Eldegoss's normal attacks hit pretty hard early on, allowing Eldegoss to have a bigger impact and function pretty much like an attacker during the laning phase. If you're low level and you can only use one held item, then I recommend going for Buddy Barrier. Today, I'm not going to be leveling up any of my items, just in case anyone out there is like, oh, I already bought Eos Cookie and upgraded it all the way up, and I have no tokens. That's okay, I'm going to show you today that you can be successful even with some level 1 items. You just got to pick the right item. Buddy Barrier, very strong. Muscle Band, very strong. And EXP Share is going to be pretty good too. I don't have that unlocked on this account, and I don't even have my third item slot unlocked anyway. So we're just going to rock it with the Buddy Barrier, Muscle Band. Just want to show people that even if you're stuck in the beginner rank with no tokens and a bunch of level 1 items, then you're going to be okay. You can rank up. So let's go ahead and find our first match. And also let's say hello to everybody hanging out in chat. Taserface. Hey, that's a character from Guardians of the Galaxy. I never read the comics for Guardians of the Galaxy, but I was an enjoyer of the movies. I thought both of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were like some of the best in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Cramorant all the way. Yeah, I think Cramorant is a very strong Pokemon. I think I would probably have an easier time solo queuing to master if I was playing a Pokemon like Cramorant, who can like really carry a game. Eldegoss, a little harder to carry, but I'm going to show you guys that you can do it, no problem. I thought it was verging viewers or something. I don't know what verging viewers means. Muscle Band with Leaf Tornado is OP Warrior Cleric. Alright, we're going to see a little bit of that today. All the Giga Chads play Eldegoss. That is absolutely correct, Suckle. Read it and weep right below me. All the Giga Chads play Eldegoss. And I'm a Giga Chad now. So I'm going to be an Eldegoss main. And I actually don't own Eldegoss on my main account. So I guess only my alt account is a Giga Chad. Patrick's favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. We could definitely do some Pikachu videos in the future, but for right now, I'm focused on supporting. The name of this whole account is Sup Bro, because I'm always supporting my bros. Oh my gosh, I'm in a bot game? Okay, just so you guys know, if you ever see a game where nobody on your team picks a Pokemon, it might be a bot game. This is my first match ever, so I think the first 2 matches might be guaranteed to be bot matches, but that's actually perfect for us. We're going to be able to focus really hard on just talking about laning and positioning. I'm not going to be super aggressive, even though I know they're bots and I can just get away with it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to focus on teaching you guys about the laning phase here and a little bit about positioning. You want to learn how to play Blissey TBH? Alright, well stick around. Today we're focused on Eldegoss, but Blissey will be coming in a future episode. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see these future videos, future episodes in the series. I don't know where I'm going. I don't think it matters because I'm in a bot match, but we'll go bottom for now since that's most of the time where you'll end up as a support. So you want to make sure that you use your abilities as much as you can while you work your way into the lane, and make sure after every auto attack you keep on walking forward. This is called kiting. It's gonna just move you along down the lane faster. Make sure you use your AoE moves to hit both of the monkeys. If you mess it up, that's okay, but if you do hit your AoE on both of those monkeys, it's going to help you down the lane faster. My bot, Machamp, is down there, but you want to go for the middle creep first, whether it's this Audino or that Corphish, because this creep in the middle is the one that is contested between both teams. This Audino, you want to get it before your enemies can come and steal. I'm not going to steal that monkey. Like I said, I don't want to be too aggressive. Normally here, I would try to knock out this Audino and then go score, but I'm not going to encourage you guys to play like that. You should help your teammate if they're running in like that, but I'm pretty sure that guy might be a bot. He might be the one other actual real human, but I just wasn't too worried about keeping him happy because he's probably a bot anyway. I'm going to go Leaf Tornado this game just because I know this is going to be a pretty easy one. I'm not expecting to need a lot of healing against a bunch of bots, and Leaf Tornado is just going to help us to get around more easily. Okay, we can go score here because the enemies are dead, but that's not always going to be the case, just so you know. I've got a potion in my hand. I think potion is actually really good for Eldegoss because this Pokemon can just live forever anyway. And if you're rocking a potion, it's just going to help you to stay alive even more. Okay, not going to push too far. Once enemies start retreating onto their goal, that's when you back off. That's when it's no longer necessary to keep on pushing. Enemies are off their goal, so we can push them here. And now this Charizard, he's going to retreat to his goal. We should back off. Yep, he barely made it out alive. But we don't want to chase that. You might get baited to try to keep chasing because you're like, oh my gosh, they barely got out alive. Same thing on this Absol. Oh my gosh, they barely got out alive. Don't worry, you're in the beginner tier. People are going to make mistakes anyway. You don't need to get super greedy. Just keep playing nice and safe and normally. Once you get higher up in the tiers, you can start experimenting with limit testing and seeing how far you can push it to really give yourself an advantage, a small advantage, or give yourself an advantage off of a small mistake. But for now, we're just going to wait for the big mistakes and get our advantages that way. It is 7 minutes on the clock. That means that both of the objectives are about to spawn, the Drednaw and the Rotom. I recommend not worrying too much about these objectives, about which one you go for when you're still a beginner. Just show up to one of these objectives. Your team is unlikely to be super organized one way or the other. Normally, the higher up in the ranks you go, it's recommended that you go for the Drednaw. But when you're in the lower ranks, your teammates aren't going to be going for the Drednaw with you, probably. They probably aren't going to know. So it doesn't really matter which one you go for, as long as you're close to one of them. So in this case here, I'm just kind of babysitting the Drednaw. I didn't mean to attack it there. I actually meant to land that ability onto that Audino. So here I'm just babysitting one of the objectives. If your team is with you, you can start fighting the objective, especially if you can see on the map that you have the numbers advantage. But right now I don't see anyone on the map except for the two enemies in bottom lane. So that means all my enemies could be rotating down. Probably not because they're bots, and now we see the Absol up here. So now I am feeling pretty safe. I know we have 3 down here. I know there's definitely 1 up top. Oh, now I know there's definitely 2 up top. Oh, there's 3 up top. Okay, so we have numbers down here. That means that we can fight this Drednaw. And I'm a support doing this alone. Yes, you can pull this off, but make sure that you do it while you see that your team has numbers down here. Alright, things are starting to get complicated because my team didn't help me kill this Drednaw. I brought the Drednaw down to half. If I had, like, my Machamp helping me, the Drednaw would be dead and it'd be all good. Drednaw didn't come help me, so... whoa! I wasn't paying attention there. I was looking at chat. If my Machamp was there with me, we could have killed the Drednaw. They weren't there with me, so I got off of the Drednaw so that I wouldn't let that Eldegoss just kill me and steal it. If I kept fighting the Drednaw, I would have died and it would have gotten stolen. Since I stopped fighting the Drednaw, I just died and that was it. Yes, mistakes do happen. I'm not super worried about the way that went. I just was fighting the enemy Eldegoss for too long. I wasn't really too stressed because there wasn't actually a real team fight happening. Hey, Dolly, what the heck? Oh, my dog just started acting really weird right now. That was crazy. You had a game a few days ago where... Sorry, I can't read that message. I gotta... The Drednaw is still up. I think I should fight it. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. If your teammates actually aren't gonna fight the objective, I say don't fight the objective. Just go keep helping your teammates. That's probably gonna be better. You'll get more value because you just can't kill the Drednaw on your own. Here we go. Sticking to our teammates. They want to fight the Drednaw. Now we can fight the Drednaw. Excellent. You did a practice round in Pokemon Unite? Nice. Every game is practice. Even if you're playing ranked. Oh, that's crazy that he actually died. This is tough here. So sometimes in your games, you're going to struggle really hard as a support because you can't do much without your allies. And that's pretty much the situation that I'm in right now. I've been camping on this Drednaw for the entire game, waiting for my teammates to realize that it's up and we can come fight it. But my teammates are bots, so I don't think that they're ever going to show up. So this is where things get a little complicated. I do still want to protect this lane, but at the same time, I want to support my teammates, and this is where the decisions get pretty complicated. Not going to chase that, like I said. You don't want to overextend or get too risky. That Drednaw being pulled out means that there's probably a support like in this bush or something.
You're on fire.
Very strange. Okay, I'm going to give up on this Drednaw. It's not happening. That Rotom can crash. It's just the first goal. Never stress too hard about protecting your first goal up top. It's not the end of the world if it gets broken. Yeah, it'd be nice for it not to get broken, but don't stress about it. The bottom goal is the one that you want to stress about protecting. Okay, I'm supporting. But my ally walks away. Like I said, it definitely does become a struggle to win your games as a support, especially when your teammates are either bots or just not good. Normally, a Talonflame, we would have just killed that person, but I'm not going to freak out because my Talonflame was bad. You know, I'm still in beginner tier, so I'm expecting my teammates to be terrible. No need to worry. No need to overextend. Just keep playing normally. Wait for your teammates to finally take the fights. Don't force any fights on your own. Make sure you always try to take the fights with your allies. Not terrible, inexperienced. Sure. I mean, they're bots, so I wasn't actually insulting anyone. Except a bot. Yeah, super weird that Charizard is doing what they're doing right now. There you go. I used my Leaf Tornado once it was low on health to try to burst it down, and then my allies were able to finish it off. I did kind of make a small mistake where I left it at a small little sliver of health. I could have tried to combo it with like an auto attack at the same time, like that, so that the auto attack and the Leaf Tornado would land at the same time, and maybe that would help me. Wow, they're holding points and they're not scoring. That's super weird. We have a huge lead though, but okay. I was gonna stay in and try to go score, but it says we have a huge lead, so no worries. Okay, so now we just have to play defense. I mean, it would have been cool if these two guys had scored, but I think they're bots. I see the enemies grouped up top, but I'm gonna keep my cursor hovering over the bottom. just in case. Yep, there he is, the Charizard. So we're gonna try to win this fight here. I'm not gonna stray too far away. If that Leaf Tornado didn't kill, I still would have walked away. I don't want to end up too far away from this goal. We already have 2 defenders up top. Honestly, I don't trust them. They're clearly bots standing directly inside of each other.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Alright, and we're good.
Time's up.
Rip Lekish, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Oh, I love that Pikachu emote. Nice. I've stolen so many objectives with Leaf Tornado. Yeah, Leaf Tornado is a nice little burst damage move. I've actually seen Eldegoss's steal objectives from me with Leaf Tornado, so it's actually a pretty decent burst option. One thing I didn't get to cover in that match is that when you are inside of the laning phase, it's all about collecting EXP points off of the map. So like getting the knockouts on those Audinos if you're in the bottom lane, the monkeys and the Corphish if you're in the top lane. And you need to make sure that you get the last hit. You need to make sure that you are doing burst damage right when the creep is low on health. Thank you for that. I don't know what that was. Squirtle, yo, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the 2-month subscriber crew, dude. We're talking about supporting, so listen up, buddy. Make sure that you land your burst damage when the creep is low on health. So do not waste your cooldowns on a creep when it's still on full health. I know it can be really, what's the word? It can be really enticing to just tackle into a creep while it's still on full health just to kind of burst it down to lower health and then you just auto attack it down. Don't do it that way, trust me, especially if you know that a creep is going to be contested. Then you know that enemies are going to try to come steal it from you, so you do need to save your burst damage. Don't use your tackle or your burst damage move at the beginning of the creep, use it at the very end. So when the enemies are coming in to try to snipe the last hit off of you, you just use your burst damage. You do so much damage that they didn't even have a chance to steal it from you. So we'll have a chance to see some of that as we play some more today. We're going to be trying to combine our leafage with our auto attack for like a burst damage to try to pop that last hit before anyone can come steal it. I just realized that on my overlay, this little thing in the corner covers up the chat, so I'm gonna move it up here. Put it here. I want to put it in the dark, on the darkness, so that you can see it a little better. You know what I mean? Oh, if you put it right here, it's on top of this dark spot. That's perfect. There we go. By the way, for anyone who didn't know, I actually just got picked up by a gaming organization called Mazer Gaming, Mazer GG, Mazer HQ on Twitter. So we have sponsors now. We have our sponsors. We're sponsored by Mazer. They're helping us out. So yeah, I'll be able to bring you guys more info about the sponsorship as they tell me more stuff. But for now, all I really have to say is that we got sponsored. We have this little ticker now. Things probably won't change that much on the channel. We're pro gamers now. We esports now. Alex Illustra, welcome to the stream. Patience can be a hard skill to learn. Well, you're gonna learn it if you're playing Pokemon Unite, or you're gonna rage quit. It's one or the other. You took your advice on solo queue with the carry? Okay, who are you playing? Solo queue Venusaur is OP? Yup. Venusaur is really strong in solo queue. Probably it's probably the best Pokemon in solo queue. Lucario seems, it's a tie between Lucario and Venusaur right now. They're both completely broken right now. Not wasting your cooldown on a full health monster. Copy. Yep. That's a really important one to remember, Squirtle. Don't waste your cooldown on a full health monster. Save your cooldown. I know you're tempted to just blow your cooldown. If you're like farming in your jungle and it's safe, you know no one's gonna steal it, then whatever. You can use your cooldown at the beginning. But if you're farming something that might get stolen from you, then you better save that burst damage cooldown for the end so that it doesn't get sniped, or so that you at least have a better chance of getting it yourself instead of it being sniped. GN Masa, it amazes me how many people have no idea how to play and are currently on Master. I know, right? The hard one is Expert, Veteran, and Ultra. Honestly, yeah, it can get pretty tough. So that's why we're making this series, to help people out while they're trying to grind. While you're on your grind, I'm gonna help you out. Taserface, by the way, thank you. I just read that you said you to bomb, bro. Thanks. I'm doing my best. Alright, so here we go. On to the next one. I believe someone told me that the first 2 games... You have made new progress on a mission? What the heck? Oh, wow. Okay. Someone told me, I think, a long time ago, that the first 2 games are guaranteed to be bot matches. And I guess that's true. I guess that might actually be true. So here we go again. We'll see if my teammates don't pick any Pokemon at the beginning, then it probably does mean that they are bots. Can you do Pollen Puff, Cotton Spore next game? I'm not going to do Cotton Spore because that's a terrible move. I don't recommend it for anyone, but I will go Pollen Puff. I think if you're going to go Cotton Spore, you have to go Leaf Tornado, first of all. Cotton Spore, Pollen Puff is already terrible. I mean, Leaf Tornado Cotton Spore is already terrible. Pollen Puff Cotton Spore is even worse. Probably the worst possible moveset you could go on Eldegoss would be Pollen Puff Cotton Spore. So no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want people to do that. But I'll go Cotton Spore Leaf Tornado. I will show you what you can do with it. I don't think it's very good. I don't recommend it, but I'll show it just since as a real K-head is wondering about it. Alright, let's see. One person not readying up on the enemy team, that means it's probably not a bot match. That probably is an actual human. Alright, Yamisora, thank you for hanging out with us. I'll see you in the next time. Alright, these look like real people. These are real people. Okay, we're in a real game this time. So now we can, this is going to be great. We can actually focus a lot more. Last game, I was just like not really paying attention, not really even trying to protect my Machamp, because I'm just like, this is a bot match. I don't really know how my, like, I can't protect a bot. The bot is just going to feed anyway. Exhilarating gameplay for the grind at a beginner. Yep. I mean, I'm having fun. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I'm having fun. You know, as the series continues, will be even more difficult. We'll be in expert, veteran, and ultra ranks, and it'll be harder, but for now, we're just kind of showing off the basics of how to lane. So don't forget that stuff about the monkeys. You want to make sure that you use your cooldowns on the monkeys. You want to make sure you're kiting, which means moving in between each auto attack. You can kite forwards, or you can kite backwards. Against the monkeys, we want to kite forwards so we can get through the lane faster. And then the last tip on the monkeys is make sure that you use your AoE cooldowns on the double monkeys. Save your AoE cooldown for the double monkey. When you fight the first monkey, go ahead and use whatever cooldown you want. On the second monkey, save your cooldown, because once you get to the third and fourth monkey, the little duo, you want to have your AoE cooldown ready to go. So make sure you save your cooldown when you're on the second monkey, so the third and fourth can get AoE'd. Somebody said it heals a lot. Cotton Spore doesn't heal. Pollen Puff does heal. Cotton Spore doesn't heal. No, whoever told you Cotton Spore heals is misinforming you. Didn't read the abilities. I believe that's true. Always first 2 matches are bots, so new players feel they are rocking. Yeah, probably. So I don't know if my opponents will be bots or what. Wait, it's telling me to go top. Okay, I guess I'm going bot. Ooh, this is really weird that this guy is not fighting the monkeys. Whoa, what? They're jungling. Okay, I'm solo in the bottom lane. Okay, so this is good for you guys to see. You know, sometimes your teammates do really weird stuff. I've seen people complain in my comment section like, I'm alone in the bottom lane. Don't complain. Just deal with it. People don't know what they're doing. They're uninformed. They ended up tri-laning top. That's okay. Just keep doing what you gotta do. I wasted my cooldown, so I couldn't burst down the Aladino. That was a bad play by me. save our burst. There we go. That's why we saved the burst. Ah, I did not... I should have comboed an auto attack with my Leaf Tornado. That would have been the knockout. Okay, that... Like I said, guys, you don't have to play super dangerously. People will make mistakes right in front of your face. You just stand there, auto attack, and punish them. Don't overextend. Don't continue farming an Audino just because you almost killed it. Always go for the bees. Always go for whatever's in the middle before you go for whatever's on your side. Whatever's to the left. Always fight what's in the middle of the lane first. I'm not going to chase too hard for this. Wow, why are they staying in? What the heck? That was weird. Okay. If those guys had retreated to their goal, I would have not chased them. But they didn't even retreat, so we were able to just hold our ground and keep fighting them. Here come our victims again. They are pretty backed up on their goal. Okay, we'll go Cotton Spore. We'll go Cotton Spore since it was requested. Cotton Spore is not a great move, but you can use it if you need to, like, initiate. I guess we do have a Mr. Mime instead of a tank, so maybe it is actually going to be good for me to have this Cotton Spore as a way to initiate. I'm going to let my Pikachu have that. Okay, here we go. Cotton Spore. They're all about to get knocked up. Alright, and that's why Cotton Spore isn't that good on Eldegoss, because even when you land a really huge Cotton Spore and knock 4 people up, you're still Eldegoss. So you're still kind of Monka-S. I guess if I had my Leaf Tornado up, then I could have blinded them so they wouldn't be able to auto-attack me. But nobody ever recommends Cotton Spore, and there you go, that's why. Even when you land a great Cotton Spore, it just doesn't do anything for you. And now I have no way to heal my allies, because I don't even have Cotton Guard. Okay, nice little Cotton Spore on 2 people, but if that had just been Cotton Guard, the situation would have been pretty similar. I mean, there would have been no CC, but the CC you get from Cotton Spore is not much, so you're not losing much CC. Okay, I'd like to fight this Drednaw yet again, but just like before, we don't really have any good damage dealers. We have a Pikachu here, but not the greatest at burning a Drednaw. Usually the physical attackers are the ones who are good at fighting the Dread. Okay, gonna try to... Oh my gosh, the discharge. I should have respected the potential discharge. Alright, that was bad. Bad by me to allow the Zeraora to get too close. You know, I am just a normal person, so I'm going to make mistakes, but I am going to explain to you guys what the mistake was every single time that it happens. Even when you're in beginner rank, people can still kill you, you know? If I had been smarter, then I would have not gotten killed by that, but, you know, even if you're a beginner, all you have to do is click discharge to kill somebody, so, I mean, it doesn't matter what rank you're in, you can get killed. It can happen. So if you're feeling like you're struggling in beginner tier and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting killed in beginner tier, I'm never gonna make it to master, don't worry, I'm a master and I'm getting killed in beginner tier. It's really not a big deal. People just click one button and kill you. That is the way this game is balanced. You have to realize that it's really easy to die in this game, so don't take it too hard. You definitely don't want to die. It's always a mistake when you die, but don't feel too bad about it.
You're on fire!
Okay, getting that little knock up was not worth it. I went back in with Cotton Spore to try to knock them up. Whoa, that guy's AFK. What the heck? Well done by Gardevoir to catch them with that ultimate. Okay, I shouldn't have ran forward like that. I don't know why I did that. Make sure you stay positioned to the left. Try to stay behind your tanks, behind your front line. In this game, we don't have a tank, but basically Lucario is our front line. So I shouldn't have ran out to the right there. There's a ton of farm to farm. It's not really my job to farm that because I'm a support. If you're a carry, if you're playing a damage dealing role, then you should definitely go farm stuff in situations like this where there's a ton of farm and both objectives are still respawning. You should go farm. But I'm a support, so I'm just gonna stick to my team. So in the beginner ranks, your allies are gonna be inexperienced, so they're gonna probably not try to go farm. Just keep sticking to them. It's even if you're making the wrong play, if you make the wrong play together, it's more likely to be successful. Come on, let's go. Oh boy. I'm gonna Cotton Spore, do the knockup. Oh, they're dead. Okay, I'm gonna have Leaf Tornado. Oh, we're gonna ult. Oh, I was gonna ult to get out of there, but I guess there's too much delay. I barely clicked the ult, like the frame before it was too late, so obviously there's gonna be more than one frame of delay, so I'm just gonna die for that. Cotton Spore is just knock off Discharge. Cotton Spore is nothing like Discharge. Discharge does a ton of AoE damage just over and over every second. Cotton Spore does one tick of damage. It does one knock up. If I were to try to compare Cotton Spore to a move, what's a move that just does nothing for a little while? I guess it's a bit like... Teammate has left the battle. What the heck? I'm gonna tell him to stay at the base. What is a move that just does nothing for a little while? Whoa, that ult. That was a very unnecessary ult. I don't know. There's nothing like Cotton Spore. Maybe there is something, but it's not like Discharge. I don't think that's a good comparison. Discharge does a billion jillion damage every second to everyone around. Cotton Spore does microscopic damage, but it does a knock up, and it only knocks up one time. Like Sing? Sure, it's a little like Sing. Sing, you have to make sure people hear the song for like a long period of time, compared to... Okay, we need to kill the Zapdos. We need to kill the Zapdos. We might not have the lead here. Stole it with our Eldegoss ult. And then kill them. That's how you can kind of solo carry your games with Eldegoss sometimes. Oof. Hopefully we still win. Oh no. They're all here. Okay, I thought I could kill that Zeraora and then just start scoring. I thought they were all in our base, but I guess not. Okay, so they did score a bunch of points on our base goal, but we scored some on their base goal. I'm not sure who will have the lead. Ooh, after that, it might be tough. I think I did a lot this game, but I think we're still gonna lose, actually. So that one just came down to poor defense. We allowed the enemies to score a ton of points while we were just like inside their base at the end there when Zapdos spawned. I mean, we did have an AFK, so there's that. Wow, we lost by 5 points. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. But did you see that game, guys? It's okay. I'm not going to be mad. I just pretty much hard carried that game. Did everything I possibly could to carry that game. But I'm a support at the end of the day. So sometimes you're still going to lose. And that's just the way the game goes. I'm a master. I died once in this game. And I carried super hard. And we still lost. And that's just something that you guys need to understand, is that you're going to lose some games. Even when you're in the baby beginner tier, sometimes your teammates are going to throw so hard that no matter how strong you are as an individual, You can't carry them. That's okay. You know what you do? Move on to the next one. Because, like, that's all you can do. If you want to know the true secret, the one thing you need to know in order to rank up to master, keep on playing. Even when you have a bad game and you feel like your teammates are throwing and you just want to rage quit, never play this game ever again, take a break, sure. If you're not having fun, then don't keep playing the game. But if you want to rank up, just keep playing. It's okay. If your allies threw, if you threw and you made yourself lose, whether it's your teammates' fault or your own fault, don't worry about it. Just keep moving on to the next one. All you really need is a 50-50 win rate, and you'll make it to master. So just keep playing. That's my #1 tip out of everything. Yeah, some free coins. Sing is super OP though. Yep, Sing is very strong. That is true. When someone goes AFK, the better strategy is to leave them at the base or call them to follow you. Honestly, I've always just left them at the base. I think that if you tell them to follow you, then they're just going to feed. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that first bot game versus the bots. My teammates were bots too, and they were just hard feeding. So I don't think it's worth it to put a bot into your game, because they're just going to feed. So I would say just leave them in the base. I've heard people have success stories about the bot following them around, and it was all good. So you can try it if you want. Apparently, for some people it works, but I would just say don't risk it. Because if the bot just feeds, then that's going to be really bad. Just try to find a way to play safe while you're down a teammate. Cookie, thank you for the safeguard. I mean, oh wait, not a safeguard. Thank you for the Ember and also the 150 elixir. Hand in hand, we rise. My two favorites are... My second favorite is Vulpix, the fire type. The regular Vulpix? You mean this Vulpix? She tackled you. That Vulpix, yes. Okay, cool. So the main concepts that we wanted to go over today were laning, and we did definitely go over the laning. And also positioning. So we're going to focus this next game talking about positioning. We'll still talk about the laning phase during the laning phase, but after we get out of laning, we're going to try to focus on talking about positioning and following your teammates around and where to be. You may mime, so when I see a player go AFK, I'm all about supporting a bot. I mean, if it works for you. Like I said, guys, people have told me success stories in the comments about playing with bots, so maybe it's actually good. I think it's a risk. I think it's a liability, but if you think it's worth the risk, then go ahead. Like, if you think there's no way for you to win without the bot, then okay, bring the bot in. Recommends being based for once? Are people giving bad Oh, another bot game. Okay, so we just lost the last game, so now they're going to give us a bot game because they think like, oh, I'm going to quit the game because I'm a baby and I didn't win. Really, I just want to enjoy the game. I guess if I didn't know about bot games, I'd still be enjoying the game, but as someone who knows that these are bots, it's kind of annoying. It's just like, oh, okay, great, a throwaway game where nothing happens. Ibfi? What does Ibfi mean? Masa. By the way, everybody, thank you for coming by to my YouTube live stream. Welcome, welcome. Sable Mariano, Gian Masa, Raymond, Patrick. I said hi to some of you earlier, but some of you, that was the first time I said hello, so hi. Remember to kite down the lane so you get down there sooner. I would let the Machamp get the last hit, but they're a bot. So I'm not going to rely on them to do anything. I'm going to focus on knocking out the bottom monkey first so that my Machamp stays towards the top. No, they went down. Okay. So I'm going to use Leafage because it's on a really short cooldown. And I know that I'm still going to have it up for the end here, but now I'm not going to use Leafage. I'm going to save it. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there. I left the creep at 1 health. That could have been bad. Okay, normally I walk down towards the enemy side to try to steal their last hit, but I just remembered I'm trying to play safe. So I'm not going to push the limit like that. Okay, this time we're going to go Pollen Puff, because we've been going the other move all this time. Okay, then my Machamp just doesn't want my Pollen Puff. When the bees spawn, you want to be on them exactly when they spawn, so I made a mistake there by following my Machamp around. Darn, I did my best. Okay, here we go. This Pollen Puff should help me burst down for the last hit. Kind of left it at 1 sliver for a second again. Good job by the Talonflame, even though they're a bot. They did a little AoE damage with their boosted auto attack. Very nice. Yo, what's up, Nick? Welcome, welcome. And hello. Mariano. Sable. That's the name of one of the characters from Animal Crossing. He stole that. Okay, I didn't save my burst there. When you go Pollen Puff, you don't have any like immediate burst option like you do with Leaf Tornado, because Pollen Puff kind of is like a ticking time bomb. Okay. I'm gonna go Cotton Guard here. I'm clicking A here because I want to focus on knocking out the enemy Eldegoss rather than the Audino. There I'm going to knock out the Audino because I don't want Lucario to steal it. Okay. Got as much as we could out of that. We're not going to overextend. If you know the limits of your character, then you could try to keep chasing there. But if you're watching this and you're actually in beginner, then you might not know the limits of your character. So I'd recommend playing it a little safe, on the safe side. You can try to push it, you can try to chase people, but just try to make note of when you chase people too far. Once we're in great rank, the next time we do this, the next episode in great rank, I am going to push a little more to try to push my limits and try to see how far I can really chase people. But for the beginner tier, I want you guys to focus on the fundamentals, just not overextending and doing anything silly, just so that you're aware of when you are overextending. You know, it's okay to overextend, but you need to learn the fundamentals first so that you can recognize when you're like, oh, I actually really want to play super aggressively right now. As long as you know that what you're doing is aggressive, it's going to help you to understand what you're doing a lot better. Oh my gosh, everyone is down here. Okay, so in this situation, there's no tank for me to position behind for this team fight because my Slowbro is still up top. I honestly might rotate up there. I don't know why that Eldegoss didn't try to steal that. And as I was saying before, the bots just feed. You know what I mean? Like, the bots just feed. So, I'm not really too worried about keeping the Machamp alive because the Machamp is going to be trying to die anyway. If this were a real match, not against and with bots, I would definitely be trying to keep people alive. But when it's a bot, they're just gonna go get themselves knocked out anyway. Okay, looks like the Drednaw's gonna heal. Okay, we don't really want to chase this Eldegoss. They are on their home turf. What items am I running on Eldegoss? I'm running Buddy Barrier and Muscle Band, because that's all I have, and I don't even have the 3rd slot unlocked. Both items are level 1. Gimme to win. My recommended items for Eldegoss are Buddy Barrier first, Muscle Band second, and EXP Share last. Muscle Band might seem like a weird one. I'm sure it must seem awkward to recommend a damage item, a physical damage item, on a special attacking support. I think we can actually kill here. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ult and then just land on both of them, and that would have been almost enough damage to knock them out. So in that situation, I wasn't able to defend the Drednaw. Now I'm just gonna try to help my... What the heck? That person just left the blue camp at 1 HP. But these are bots. You guys saw last game, the Gardevoir and the Slowbro just kind of stuck together, like literally right on top of each other for most of the match. I think these two bots are about to do that exact same thing. It's the bot programming. Same every time. In the practice round in Pokemon Unite, who do you think well, Pikachu or Vulpix? Who do I think well? Who do I think is better? Can you elaborate on that question, Patrick? Are you trying to ask me who I think is better, Vulpix or Pikachu? I think Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix, is slightly better than Pikachu, but they're really even. I put both of them right next to each other on the tier list. They're both right at the bottom of B tier. Okay, we're just gonna ult. I don't know where Lucario just went. What the heck? Did you guys see Lucario just disappear? Oh no. This thing is resetting. It's gonna get all its health back. Okay, enemy here. Oh no. Hopefully he lets that reset. I don't want them to steal it. Okay, good, it's resetting. So, at the last 2 minutes, the Drednaw does disappear, so that's just how that goes. I wish we could have talked about positioning, but I guess that's something that I gotta realize, is that in beginner tier, positioning actually doesn't matter that much, because your allies aren't going to be positioned well at all. But I think you still have to know how to position around the fact that your allies aren't positioning well. What? My enemies just aren't attacking at all. Okay, well, I normally recommend not going straight through the middle, but no one else was going through the middle. And I do think it's a good idea to kind of split up. So some people go down, some people go top, and some people go through the middle. And nobody was going through the middle, so. I'm going to back off now and try to defend. Oh, who do you think will win? Pikachu or Vulpix? In the practice round? There's a Pikachu and a Vulpix in a practice round? You could just set up a custom game and put two bots in the game. You could put a bot Pikachu and a bot Vulpix into the game. And, Patrick, I think that would pretty much simulate the battle that you're trying to ask the question about. I think that you could just set up a custom game and put two bots in there and let them duke it out. What is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon in the entire series? Ooh, that's too hard. Okay, I can give like favorites per generation. Like my favorite from Sword and Shield was Alcremie. My favorite from Sun and Moon was Wishy-Washy. My favorite from Gen 1 is, I think it's Ghastly. Gen 1 has so many bangers, but I do think Ghastly is my favorite. Ooh, but in the latest generation in Sword and Shield, there's also Poltegeist, who I love. I really love Poltegeist and Sinistea, both evolutions. Okay, so that was a bot match. Really, that one felt like it came down to the Zapdos. I mean, we were in the lead before the Zapdos. It's just awkward when you're in these bot matches. Is like, there's not really much I can teach you because these bot matches are just free. The bots will just feed. So if you're a human and you just pick on the feeding bots, you'll just win. I meant your favorite Pokemon in this game? Oh, probably Gengar. My favorite in terms of just like which one I like. My favorite to play is Crustle by far. Sylveon is a really nice combo of like a design that I like, but also really fun. Let's see what other Pokemon are in this game. Oh, Clobbopus. That Pokemon was really fun in Sun and Moon, Zuckle. Blastoise is pretty fun, but they're not my favorite. Pikachu is fun, but not my favorite. Gengar is my favorite just as a Pokemon that I really like. They're also very fun. Snorlax has a special place in my heart, but they're not that fun in solo queue. Mamoswine was pretty fun at first, but now they feel pretty weak. Same with Gardevoir. Felt pretty fun at first, but now they're just weak. Sylveon is a Pokemon that I think is fun, and I like the design. Cinderace is a Pokemon that's fun because they're really powerful and really easy to use, so you feel really strong when you play Cinderace. And then Cramorant is a Pokemon that I love the design of the shiny form because it's orange, and I do actually have a lot of fun when I play this Pokemon. Whether I'm going Surf, Dive, Air Slash, or Hurricane, whatever move combo, I actually have a lot of fun with Cramorant. I love this Pokemon. Can you give me your ID? Oh, you're a beginner like me. So there's my ID on screen for you, but this is a solo queue only account, so I won't actually be accepting any friend requests or playing with people. I mean, I could accept your friend request and maybe we'll play standard someday, but today we're focused on ranked and getting to great rank, so I'm playing solo queue only. Alright, let's move on to the next match, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to showcase some positioning around our allies, but otherwise we're just going to try to talk about, you know, not being out of position despite having no allies. Like I said in that last game, I actually made some mistakes in positioning, but I couldn't really talk about it because we were just fighting bots, and the bots didn't know how to punish my mistakes, so yeah. Yo, Nick, thank you, welcome. I just saw that you mentioned that you were a new viewer. Welcome to the channel. Is this your first, is this the first content that you're seeing from the channel? Or is this just the first time you tuned into a live stream? Yeah, Nick Adam, I actually have a main account, and if you add me on that account, then we can definitely, you know, have some fun together on that account. I play on that account a lot more, especially when I do games with viewers. You'll see some of my live streams, I'm doing games with viewers. You'll see it in the title. So if you ever see that, then make sure you tune in if you'd like to play with me. But Nick, I encourage you to check out the rest of the channel. We have a whole bunch of educational content available for newer players. And if you just want to have fun and play with me, then check out the live streams. If you see playing with viewers in the title, you know what that means. My Vulpix will cheer you on. Thank you. We should have Vulpix walkie-talkies, so when you cheer, you're like, go Joe! And then my Vulpix is like, go Joe! Have you seen Aiden play much since he hit Masters? Yeah, for sure. Gimme the win. How do you know Aiden? Do you have a different username on Twitch or Trovo that we know you from? But yeah, Aiden has been playing since they hit Master. They haven't really been playing too much ever since the mobile release, I noticed. But we played together last week on Thursday. We played for like 4 hours or something. Maybe not 4 hours. I played for like 4 hours. Aiden might have left early. Patrick said thanks. I didn't even. We were just talking about Vulpix. Zuckle said they have a special hatred for Zeraora after the countless games of Zera steering the jungle. I mean, yeah, that sounds rough. Okay, this Garchomp needs to jungle. Okay, Garchomp is gonna jungle, I think. So this is great. No. Okay, looks like it's gonna be one of those games. You jungle as an Eldegoss. So this is something that you guys need to see, okay? I'm in the beginner tier, and even in this tier, the jungle EXP is so important that you just cannot afford to waste it. Even if it means putting an Eldegoss into the jungle, having an Eldegoss in the jungle is better than having no one in the jungle. I did not expect to be jungling as Eldegoss, but y'all are about to learn some jungle techniques today. I missed. So when you're a ranged character, you can actually fight these jungle camps from the other side. Looks like the top lane actually stole my top Corphish. Normally you don't want to do that, but I'm just a Gardevoir, so I don't really mind. I don't need the XP that bad. I am here in time for the bees. So all we're gonna do is focus down those bees and then focus on damaging the Blissey. Go for a little score. This Audino is gonna spawn. Apparently you guys are getting some jungle lessons kind of randomly. So yeah, you go for the bees, try to focus down the enemy laner to prevent them from getting close to the bees while you're doing that. And then if you get a kill, you can go score. If you didn't get a kill, you can still just go farm this Audino up here and then farm these Corphish. I guess we'll go Cotton Spores since we're like a battle Eldegoss this game. Okay, we actually are late to come back into our jungle. Ooh, wait, okay. Garchomp fighting in the jungle is really good. I think they're kiting towards bottom lane, so I think they're not going to knock out this blue buff, which is not good. We would prefer for them to take the blue buff, but that's okay. I noticed that that's what was going to happen, so I decided to stay in the jungle and take this blue buff for myself. But normally I would say if you are forced into an awkward position where you have to jungle as Eldegoss, once you see someone enter into the jungle, you can stop going to the jungle. You only want to go in here to make sure that all the jungle EXP gets farmed for the first 2 rounds. And now that that's done, I'm not going to go back into the jungle. Oh, I said headed to the top path. I need help here. Yeah, me and this Eldegoss are both like, yo, Garchomp, come back and help us. Okay, so now I'm positioning in this bush just to make sure that if anybody comes close, we'll see them. They didn't. Now we can rotate up to the Rotom, because for once in one of these beginner games, my team actually went for the Drednaw. It's amazing. Odd question, who's the funniest Pokemon to jungle with? Well, probably Eldegoss is up there as one of the funnier options. I think Wigglytuff, though, is hilarious because it's, like, actually kind of threatening. Like, you just come out the jungle singing, and, like, as long as you have some damage in the lane. That was almost a knockout. I had levels on that Blissey, but Blissey's just a better fighter than Eldegoss, and that's why it's so funny to put Eldegoss into the jungle, because you put all this EXP onto Eldegoss, and then it's like, you aren't even stronger than anybody. Okay, so I need to make my way up to the top lane. I need to stop messing around with these jungle creeps. I needed to be here already a long time ago. Nice, we got the knock up on those suckers. Okay, the Rotom is still here, so I feel like we need to try to knock it out, but I might also just be baiting my team into being late for the Drednaw. Okay, no. Heading to the bottom path.
You're on fire!
They're gonna break that. Good for them. Okay, no one is starting it. That's good for us. Just in case there's someone in this bush, I want to have my Cotton Spore ready. So in that situation, you did see me waste my Leaf Tornado cooldown right before the Drednaw was about to become low on health. That was definitely a mistake, but I was there with my Sylveon, so we had enough damage to just knock it out before anyone come close. But remember what I said, guys. You want to make sure that you save your burst damage for the last hit, especially on objectives. The objectives are the ones that your enemies are going to try to come steal. Shoot. Oh, this guy's dead. That person got knocked up. So in that situation, I'm trying to position in front of my... Oh gosh, I'm dead. Okay, I was trying to position in front of my Sylveon because Sylveon doesn't really want to get beat up, so I'd rather just let the Lucario punch me instead of letting the Lucario punch my Sylveon. Yo, what's up, Chilled? Thank you for the good luck. What's up, Lassie? Welcome to the stream. Today we're doing a little bit of supporting in the beginner tier. So hopefully we'll get to participate in a team fight up here. We'll get to talk about positioning. We have 2 front lines here. Let's see. Charizard staying close to the back. It's not really good. Okay, I'm going to activate Spore to try to knock them up. Give my team a Leaf Tornado so they can run through the fire faster without getting burned up. Yo, thank you for the follow. Someone just followed me on Twitch. We're not even streaming on Twitch. That's crazy. Okay, Rotom actually made it all the way to the home base. So now we have basically as many points as we want to score, we can go score. Wait, it's supposed to change to nighttime at 2 minutes on the clock. Do you guys see this? It's still daytime. Usually at night, all the lights turn off. That's weird. Maybe because Rotom was like in the enemy base or something? Wow, they could have stolen that with Fly. But the enemy team surrendered. Yo, what's up, Loosh? How you doing? How long has it been? I can't remember the last time since I saw your username in my chat. Hello, hello. Actually, you know what? Did I ever even see it? Maybe it was just that the last time you commented on one of my videos. But hello, hello and hey at the same time. Hello. We're doing a little bit of support only solo queue to master challenge. I just want to show people that it's possible to get to master rank, even if you play only support, even if you play only solo queue, and even if you're free to play. So all of my items on this account are actually level 1. Oh, I missed the animation. Sorry, everybody. I messed it up. I mashed through the animation. I thought I would get the 3rd star, and then I would get another, and then it would rank me up, but it just ranks you up. Okay, let's see. How many tiers are inside of the beginner tier? I believe we have the technology to see this. About ranks. Okay, beginner. There's class 1 through 3. Okay, so we're in class 2. We have to get through 2 more classes. 2 more classes, class. Juan Diego. Hey, that's a cool name. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some support only solo queue action. Yeah, man. Eldegoss carries. I mean, there were some games where it was just like, hey, I'm in beginner tier and I'm a support and I'm relying on my carries to carry, but my carries are beginner players as well, and it's really tough. They're not doing what they need to be doing. Honestly, I think supporting is the hardest at the beginner tier, and supporting actually becomes more viable the later and later you get through the ranks. I think once you start reaching the highest ranks, like Ultra and above, that's when it starts to become like both the support and that the damage dealers need to be smart. But in the beginner tier, you need the attackers to be... Actually, at all tiers, you need the attackers to be good. But in, like, the middle tiers, that's where you start needing the support to be good to start winning. And then in the later tiers, that's where you need everybody on the whole team to be playing well to, like, consistently win. But right now in the beginner tier, this is where supports have the least power to carry, I think. Because you're supporting beginners, so your influence is very small. Your influence is limited by your teammates, basically. Yo, what's up, Joe? I mean, technically you are late, but we're on YouTube, so the great thing is that you can scrub to the back to the beginning if you want to see what we're talking about. I'll just let you know we are playing support only, solo queue to master, free to play. This is going to show you that anybody can do it, no matter what your situation is. You can make it to master. If you want to hear all the extra little details and all the extra little beginner advice, then scroll back to the beginning of the video. Otherwise, just keep on watching and I'll be spouting off some advice as we play. I started out playing Absol and then wanted to learn a different role. I think Absol is really fun for newer players. I really recommend it. They're considered expert, like they're a hard character to play, the game thinks. I think they're really easy to play and I really recommend that character for new players. It's really fun. They nerfed Yon, so you moved on to playing Charizard. And they got you to master? Yo, give me the win. When did you get to master on Charizard? Was it back when they were weak? Or was it... Because recently I feel like Charizard has become really good. And I think they actually truly can carry you to master rank. Especially if you play Charizard in the jungle. I couldn't imagine playing support and beginner. On my ults I just spam... Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. I thought Go Todo was going to play support. I was about to go into the quick messages and say I'll go with this supporter role. Where is it? I was about to send that message. Okay. I'm gonna stick with potion. I feel like this is most likely to give me value and keep me alive. But X speed is another good option if you want to just get yourself out of trouble. The best option is probably eject button. But I haven't unlocked eject button, so we're sticking with potion, and that's okay. You can be successful with health potion. In fact, there are some players in Master who play health potion on Eldegoss even in Master. So, health potion is actually good. This game is unique because other MOBAs like Mobile Legends, the damage of support and tank. Huh? So are you saying Mobile Legends, the tanks and supports do have damage? Or you're saying in this game the supports... Or you're saying in Mobile Legends those tanks and supports don't have damage? In this game I feel like the supports do have damage. So maybe that's unique to you. Oh, unlike other MOBA, their defense and support role almost don't have damage. In this game I think the supports do actually have some damage. Mr. Mime has a lot of damage. Wigglytuff has decent damage. It got nerfed, but it has decent damage. Blissey can do decent damage. Eldegoss is the only one that doesn't really have damage. Have a good stream. I'm going to make an alt account to main Pikachu. Alrighty. So in this situation, I see everybody's going to the bottom lane, so I'm going to go up top. And remember, everybody, like I said, don't complain if you end up in this awkward situation where you're alone in the top lane. Because if you're in the beginners here, everyone's trolling anyway. So honestly, nothing of value is lost when you end up in a solo lane. Because like, what was the other option? You end up in a lane with a beginner who doesn't know what they're doing? Okay, we managed to snipe that last hit. Oh. Okay, if they had clapped one more time, that would have been it. Okay, tri-lane up top. This is really awkward. Oh no, I died to the Ninetales passive. This is a really awkward situation. I was solo in the top lane at first, and now I'm a 2v3. Lassie, thank you for the Ember, and Zuckle, thank you for the 3x water gun earlier. Much appreciated. Okay, now it's a tri-lane up top, which is not really any better. Technically, I shouldn't really be able to win this 1v1 because Sylveon is actually a damage dealer. Oh, my allies are feeding. Oh my gosh, my Snorlax is going crazy. What the heck? Okay, give them a Leaf Tornado so they can run faster. And they have X speed. So they just went Super Saiyan speed mode. I was thinking about rotating down to the bottom lane since my Jigglypuff was up here. Whoa! Holy crap. That would have been nice if my Snorlax had come to help me there, but like I said, we're in beginner, so expect nothing from your teammates, and don't complain when they give you nothing, because you should have expected 0. Turn on our little light here. It's starting to... Clouds are starting to hit. Nice. Ooh, they're chasing me. That's actually great. Okay, we got that. Okay, Leaf Tornado does, when you hit somebody with it, they do become blinded temporarily, so that none of their auto attacks land. So you're actually able to mitigate a lot of the damage that Cinderace does just by hitting them with Leaf Tornado. For a moment, they basically drop to 0 damage because they can't hit anything. Is Vulpix your favorite? No. I thought Vulpix was your favorite, Patrick. Vulpix, didn't you come in here earlier and say Vulpix is my favorite? Yeah, you said Vulpix is your favorite? My whole team is spread out. There's no objectives to fight. So I'm gonna try to help out my most overextended ally. If I didn't think I could save them, I wouldn't even bother, but in this situation I do think I can get them out alive. So I am going to bother. Whoa, they just ulted. I'm gonna score this one. Oh, nope, we gotta run. We gotta run. Whoa, what the heck? Oh my gosh, there was an invisible Crustle wall. Okay, we can fight them here because they just got blinded. No, they used X Scissor. I was expecting them to just kind of stand there and auto attack me. Oh my gosh, are you gonna die too? Oh, it's close, it's close. And my Zero Aura died. You can't just click discharge. You gotta be smarter than that. Crustle, when they ult, they start doing damage to everyone around them whenever they take damage, so you gotta wait for the ult to end if you want to kill them, if you're low on health. I mean, if you have enough health to just tank it, then okay, just tank it. Okay, we just wasted their ult. Ooh, and we live. I wasn't actually expecting to get knocked this low, though, so... Patrick, Vulpix is my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, it's okay. I like Vulpix. I love Alolan Vulpix's design. I actually have a shiny Alolan Vulpix in my Pokemon card collection. I actually keep that card close to the desk so I can flex it to people. So Patrick, after this game, I'll show you my... I'll try to catch my allies in the shield. Okay, so positioning behind the Lucario. I'd like for my team to keep pushing. There we go. Shield for everybody. Oh, that person finally evolved into Gardevoir. They're about to ult us probably. Oh, I tried to run away from the ult. I knew it was coming.
You're on fire!
I guess I'll stay in because my allies might need the support. Okay, probably time to play defense. I'm gonna stay down here. There's a ton of farm. We really need to get all this farm on the edges. There's Aldinos. And then in the jungle, there's the buffs. We need to get rid of all that. We need to get all that off the map. Oh, heck and heck. Alright, needing to ult right before Zapdos is not great, but in the beginner tiers, you ult whenever you gotta ult. Especially in the beginner tiers. I don't want you guys to worry too much about like timing your ults to be up for the objectives, for the Zapdos, for the Rotom, and the Drednaw. Don't worry too much about that. Just ult whenever you see a good opportunity to ult, and that's just going to be worth it for you. You're going to learn a lot more by playing like that. And then once you get into the great and expert ranks, that's when you want to start being more conscious about like, okay, I should save my ult here. But for now, I say just ult for it. Honestly, me getting targeted here, not the end of the world.
What a goal!
Uh-oh. Oh no, they actually killed the Zap. Oh, but we killed them. Okay, we can just go score. We can just go score.
You're on fire!
No, Snorlax, keep going. Do I want to keep trying to score? If there were points on the floor, I would go try to score them. There just aren't any. Okay, this bottom ring is actually still up. We might have the lead. Okay, so did you see Cinderace? It said miss, miss, miss. They're doing 0 damage because of Leaf Tornado. Again, they're doing 0 damage because of Leaf Tornado. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep trying, keep trying. Wiggly, go score your 14, go score.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, I didn't get my extra points in. Hopefully that was enough for the win, though. Okay, yeah, looks like enough. We were crushing them a little bit. They actually got the Zapdos on us. That could have been so unlucky, but we're fine. Yo, did you hear that we're, USA Euro JP, beginning our moon base / station in December? No, I didn't know that. Wow, we're going to the moon, everybody. Yo, blast off. Everybody who was waiting for Dogecoin to take us to the moon, nah, you just had to wait for NASA. NASA will take us to the moon. And do you watch all of the series in Pokemon? I've seen episodes from like every era of Pokemon. I actually really like the Sun and Moon era. I thought that the animation in that series got pretty like, you know, cartoony. It was fun. Ash felt like he had a lot of character. Pikachu, like this, they actually gave the characters personality through the way that they animated the Sun and Moon series. So I actually like that that the Sun and Moon animation. Yes, I love. Yes, thank you. I'm glad someone agrees. Glad someone out there agrees. Thank you, Lassie. And thank you, Thor, for that awesome news for humanity. We're going to the moon in December, starting up our base. Let's go. The moon-based video games are coming. Now that we're actually on the moon-based video games are gonna be coming. Patrick just says Congress. Yeah, other countries will follow later. SpaceX is also going to Mars in the 30s, in the 2030s. Yo, people used to say the 20s and the 30s, and they meant the 1920s. There probably were times where they meant the 1730s and the 1830s and all those times before. But now when we say the 30s, I guess we're talking about the 2030s. The year 2030. Wow, I can't believe we're already this far. We've been counting for so long. We've been counting for so long. Have any of you guys ever played that game where you just stand in a group of people and you guys all try to count? But if anyone says the number at the same time as someone else, then it's over. People do that on Discord too, where they just have a channel that's just for counting. It's kind of funny. Are y'all watching all the Team Rocket compilations on YouTube, or is that just in my recommendations? I didn't know there were Team Rocket compilations on YouTube. I just saw that Pokemon. There's that animated series that's been going on. They're doing like one animated episode for like every game, and they actually are really interesting. I actually really like the first two that I saw. There was one for Sun and Moon and one for Pokemon Sword and Shield that I saw, and they actually make the endings of those games like super freaking hype. Like if the endings were animated like that in the games, I'd be riveted. But I remember when I actually played the ending to Pokemon Sword and Shield, I was just like, this is kind of Monka-esque. This is kind of like I'm in this challenge and then I'm gonna go like run over to like fight Eternatus, and then I go back and finish the challenge. We got a free EXP share! Let's go! This is actually huge. We needed this item for our build. Let's go. I didn't know that I was getting this. Oh yeah, because it's past 5 o'clock, so it's a new day, the daily reset. Nice, we got a free EXP share right when we needed it. Awesome, so we'll put this on. Now, I'm going to stick with Muscle Band for now. EXP share, I think, is the lowest on the priority list. Put on EXP share last. Muscle Band is what's going to help you to carry, especially when you're in beginner tier and you randomly need to be a DPS for a little bit. Muscle Band is definitely going to help you with that. Our Vulpixes were cheering. Let's go, Patrick. Yo, Patrick, let me show you that Pokemon card I told you about. Before we head into the next match. See, right here. Alolan Vulpix, shiny version. This is from Hidden Fates. Their move Beacon let you search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That's pretty cool. Just you get to straight up pull 2 Pokemon out of your deck. And then Icy Snow, which is 2 colorless energy, 20 damage. Very weak. Vulpix is a pretty weak Pokemon, to be perfectly honest. They're very cute and one of the all-time greatest, but they are very weak in terms of fighting power. Alright, let's get a move on with the next match. I never run EXP share. I'm listening closely to this next round. Oh, Lassie, actually, I'm going to wait until I hit level 10. I think EXP share is the lowest priority item. I think that the first 2 items that you really need are Buddy Berry or Muscle Band to carry your solo queue game. Rip all ice types, TBH. Are ice types like super weak? Is that like a thing? That's not really something I noticed necessarily. I just thought like the baby version Vulpix is just a baby Pokemon, you know, they're kind of weak. I mean, technically they're not labeled as like an actual baby Pokemon. There are some Pokemon that are labeled like baby Pokemon. Vulpix isn't one of them, but they are still a baby to me. They're very weak. Sean JC, hello, hello. What's your build and skill build and item build? So my item build, the first two items first item, always go Buddy Barrier. Okay. Okay, first item, always Buddy Barrier. This is a really strong item on every single Pokemon in the game, especially on the supports. You can just save a teammate with this. Muscle Band, second most important item. It's going to help you a lot in the early game to do damage, and especially when you're trying to carry your games in solo queue, sometimes Eldegoss actually needs to go do some damage, so you got to put on the Muscle Band. Item, talents, I like Leaf Tornado, Cotton Spore. Cotton Spore is going to... Oh, sorry, not Cotton Spore. Not Cotton Spore. I repeat, do not go Cotton Spore. Cotton Guard, the one that gives your allies a shield. That's my recommended build. You could go Pollen Puff instead, but always go Cotton Guard. It's just super useful. Pop it in the middle of or at the beginning of any team fight. Get lots of value. If your allies just need healing, you can just give them the shield, and when the shield expires, they do get a bit of a heal. So Cotton Guard, an amazing move pretty much all the time. It's very consistent. I called Eldegoss a consistent Pokemon in my tier list because of Cotton Guard. It's a very consistent move, consistent value. Leaf Tornado is my personal favorite because it allows your allies to move around faster. Pollen Puff is nice because it heals your allies and it damages your enemies. It's very obvious what Pollen Puff is good for. It's burst damage and burst heal. What I like about Leaf Tornado is that it still bursts damage, and I would still consider it a heal, because by allowing your allies to move around faster, you're going to allow them to run away from danger faster. So you're essentially healing them by just letting them get out of danger faster. It's basically the same thing as healing. You're basically reducing the damage that they're going to take because you let them move faster. So I actually like Leaf Tornado because it still feels like having a heal, but you also get the utility of giving someone move speed. So always go for the Corphish that's in the middle if you're on the top, or for the Audino in the middle if you're on the bottom, because that is the actual creep that is... Oh no, I leafaged the wrong way. Okay, fine. Alright, we're winning this fight because they overextended. We're a tank and a support, so we don't really have damage, so we're kind of struggling. But we're on our goal, so we're just like hard winning this fight now. That Ninetales should have stopped kiting while attacking me. They should have just straight run away. Because the damage between Eldegoss and... They sniped the last hit. I should have just waited for Leaf Tornado. The damage between a Slowbro and an Eldegoss is pretty low, so Ninetales honestly would have had a chance to just walk away and live. Okay, I'd like to burst this Corphish down. Okay, we combined an auto attack and then instant Leaf Tornado to try to do burst damage. Slowbro getting really desperate. I almost had my heal and my Leaf Tornado up, but they came up just too late. I got that last hit. Thank you, Muscle Band. This is why you go to Muscle Band. It actually helps you a lot during the laning phase. I know it might not seem very intuitive to run Muscle Band, a damage item on a support, but it's actually... You're actually helping your team. You're supporting by being powerful during the early game for them, so that they don't have to worry too much during the early game. Cotton Guard, very recommended, so we're just going to go Cotton Guard instantly. Oh, I'm getting hit by this passive. Okay, so... Normally, I would leave these bees, I would leave this entire situation and just go bottom, but I did tell you guys, the reason why I would go bottom is because the Drednaw is spawning and I want to be there to participate, but I don't want you guys to worry too much about the whole Drednaw, Rotom metagame, so I'm not going to make this like big meta play where I just like leave my lane early. I'm going to try to play kind of normally, or in a very... I mean, the normal way to play would be to leave your lane and go fight the Drednaw. But I'm going to try to play a little more how you guys might be playing. So I want to show you how you can make it work if you choose not to rotate for the Drednaw and instead stay up for the Rotom. Okay, this is an awkward situation. Alagos is about to get Leaf Tornado. I'm gonna try to dodge it. Nope, didn't dodge it. Okay, this is really awkward because the Drednaw is dead, so I can't go rotate for that. But they're not leaving the top lane, so I can't really get the Rotom. Okay, so this is why the health potion is good. Have you guys seen how many times I've procced health potion in the past like minute and a half? I've procced it like 3 times, every single time off cooldown. I'm gonna let Rotom keep killing them. Oh no. Never lucky. Actually, that's not even luck. That's just the Ninetales having their ult available. So rip. I could have been more cognizant of the whole ult availability thing. But now we can start playing more normally, because it would be more typical, even for a newer player, to rotate down for this Drednaw as it's respawning. And this is going to be a big team fight. I'm going to tell my team to gather here. Shouldn't have tried to go score there. Our teammates need to get here. Shoot. Okay. Teammates didn't show up to the Drednaw. That's gonna be bad for you. I should have backed out once I realized that we were getting outnumbered. Should have backed out once I realized we were getting outnumbered. Alright, we can still carry the game here. Definitely no need to concede. If you are trying to concede at this point during a game, especially if you're in beginner, it's a sign that you just shouldn't be playing. Because it's just a game, you know, really don't worry about it. If you feel like you're losing so bad that you need to concede, then honestly reconsider your life choices, because the game is never over. So if you feel like you have to concede, then it's because you're not willing to try, not because the game is impossible to win. But you can definitely still win from this position. It's definitely going to be tough considering how weak my team is, and the fact that I have a Garchomp. Oh god. Garchomp is definitely throwing by just existing and being a Garchomp instead of any other better Pokemon. But we can still win here. Garchomp is going to be useless, and we're just going to have to accept that. I fully expect Garchomp to be absolutely useless. But see, we're expecting that. Darn, unlucky. It's okay. I can walk away from that. Okay, I'm not gonna ult here. Normally I say, you know, ult whenever you gotta ult, but in this game I really have to carry if I want to win. So I have to play really smart. I should have rotated for that Dread. Not rotating for that Dread honestly completely ruined this whole match. Okay, we are gonna ult here. Okay, we knocked out 4 of them. We need to go to the central area. Okay, I'm gonna respawn before most of them. So I just need to get there. I just need to get there. Gotta start killing this Zapdos. Yes, we got it before the Ninetales ult landed. Okay, I'm gonna stay in to try to help my teammates get out. No, Zera, you fed. I stayed in to try to help the Zera, but they ended up dying. I should have just left, and then I could have gone to go score. I should not have tried to help my ally. Okay, we might still be losing. We're honestly probably still losing. I am gonna go on a magical journey to go try to score, because it's just our best chance.
You're in trouble.
Hopefully they go try to do some nonsense and try to go score instead of doing a smart thing. Okay, good. Snorlax left me. That means they're all rushing the base trying to score, which means that I might be able to pull this off. Are there any points littered?
What a goal!
There was a 1 health core fish up here. Are there any other points littering the floor anywhere? Okay, that's the best I can offer my team.
Two,
A little extra few points at the end.
time's up.
I needed 30 more. It's close. Kirby said, just like the announcer says, don't give up. Yeah, don't give up. See what I mean? That game, my teammates were trying to concede, and it came down to 30 points. That was a 30-point game. So please, guys, don't concede. Just keep playing it out. You never know. Alright, we're about to get a bot match, aren't we? Whenever you lose, it just puts you into a bot match to, like, pick you back up or something. Yo, what's up, Bummit? Yeah, that was a close one, but, you know, we talked about this earlier. You gotta remember, guys, I'm a master playing in a beginner tier game, and I'm still not winning every game. That is because this game is only, like, 30% skill, 30% teamwork, 40%, okay, well, 33% skill, 33% teamwork, 33% luck. And so my skill only accounts for 33% of what it takes to win. You know, I'm ready to have teamwork if my allies want to have teamwork, but if my allies aren't working with the team, that's 33%. That's just not happening. And then luck is like a 50-50 thing. In this game, I am playing with bots, it looks like. So like I said, guys, Timmy Studios and Tencent in general is honestly pretty shady with the way they do these bot matches. They try to like not tell you that, hey, this is a bot match. But if you know what a bot match looks like, it's super obvious. So in this case, I can tell these were bots because they all just didn't have any Pokemon selected. And then all of a sudden, they all picked a Pokemon at the exact same time and all locked in at the exact same time. Don't let the skins fool you. Bots can have skins. So it's pretty annoying that they put these bot matches in, but that's how beginner tier goes. You kind of just get carried out of beginner tier no matter what, because they're just going to give you bot matches and then it's just going to be a free win. Honestly, I'm fine with that because supporting at these beginner tiers is super hard anyway, and it's pretty much impossible to get out unless you're actually really good at the game, or if you just get lucky and have, like, you just 50-50, my team was better than the enemy team. But other than that, it's really quite impossible to carry your games in beginner. But it gets easier and easier. Once we hit great and above, then I actually will be able to carry the games just by being a good support. But right now, the whole rest of my team is so useless that my support is like just not doing enough. Little damage combo there. Okay, so we can win this because they're clumped up and we're not. Okay, I'm not going to make any more weird decisions where I'm like, oh, I'm trying to teach beginners, so I'm not going to rotate to the Drednaw. I'm just going to make all the meta plays. I just want to show you guys all the best practices. I think last game I definitely made a big mistake by saying like, oh, let me just not rotate to the Drednaw, because then it's going to look more like what your games will look like, where like not everybody goes to the Drednaw. Ah, they got that. Alright, there I was focusing on the B too much. I was trying to get within range of them and click A, but I wasn't in range of them, so I was just hitting the B. Hard to solo support when the rest of the team doesn't jive. Yeah, because teamwork is, you know, 33% of the picture. And when you... So when you're just not really having that teamwork, the whole support plan falls apart. And that's okay. That's what happens in beginner. At least we have these bot matches to just give us free wins. We can still keep trying to do our best. I've shown you guys some techniques that I've done to try to almost like barely score enough at the end to win, or barely steal the Zapdos with the Eldegoss ult. You know, there are things you can do to try to carry your game, but inevitably, if your team just throws so hard, you can't do anything. That's okay. All you can do is try your best, and maybe it will make a difference. Maybe you won't lose by 30. Maybe you'll win by 1. So I'm showing you how to make that situation happen, where maybe you, hey, you actually do win by 1. I know it can be soul crushing when you're trying so hard to support your team and they're just kind of useless. I know how soul crushing that beat can be. I mean, you guys are witnessing it right now. You're witnessing my soul get crushed as we speak at times. Okay, I could try to score. The plan would be to just walk up to them and they get scared and they back off and hopefully they let me score. That's not really a solid plan, so I'm not going to go for that. I would only do that if I was playing a tank. Normally I do play tanks, so that's why my first thought was like, maybe I could go score here. Okay, so we saved our Leaf Tornado for the last hit. Make sure you change your settings to the advanced targeting settings so that you can push B to target creeps and A to target actual other players. In that situation, I was able to click B to target the Audino to snipe the last hit and combo with my Leaf Tornado. Okay, so another funny situation where nobody's coming to fight the objective because it's a bot match. So we kind of just stick around and babysit the Drednaw, make sure that nobody comes to knock it out, make sure nobody breaks our lane, our goal. Creeps are wild Pokemon, by the way. Yes, Kirby. That is true. If I'm saying creeps, and anyone's wondering what do I mean by a creep, that's a wild Pokemon. Thank you, Kirby. I'm gonna leave you a like. Thanks for the tips. I'm gonna go make... You're gonna do your homework. All right. Very well done. Respected. I like that. People taking care of their education. Your Pokemon Unite education, as much as I want to say it's important, it's the second most important education, okay? Your actual regular public school education, it's probably important. I don't know what the curriculum is wherever you go to school. What the heck? A Charmander? A Charmeleon just used a Unite move on me. That Charmeleon leveled up, but they didn't evolve. That is super glitchy. I'm gonna allow this Charizard to continue. I'm gonna help him even. Darn it, it healed up, but I'm gonna be able to kill the Charizard. Okay, that was a little bit of limit testing. I was kind of chasing a little bit, but the thing is that the bottom goal is broken, so I am allowed to chase a little bit further. I know that you guys have seen me say like, oh, don't chase there, but in that situation, there was no goal here, so I am allowed to chase a little bit. You don't want to chase people past their goals most of the time. Usually the rule of thumb, don't go past an enemy goal. Get your master rank and your degree. Yes, Kirby, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Get your PhD in Pokemon Unite on the side, but make sure you get a major in something useful, like engineering or, I don't know, law. Don't make Pokemon Unite your major. Make Pokemon Unite your second major or your minor, but it can't be your primary major.
You're on fire.
Okay, you gotta stop this. Charizard's feeding again. Okay, we can win this fight now. Now that Charizard's here. So there we were like kind of poking at the Drednaw, mostly trying to poke at the Slowpoke and potentially the Eldegoss. The reason why we were playing like that to just try to poke them is to make it so that it's a hostile environment for them to continue fighting the Drednaw. I know these are bots, but I'm still trying to teach you guys. You want to make the environment as hostile as possible while enemies are trying to fight an objective, because that's going to slow them down and buy time for your team to come in and swoop in with the last minute help. Oops, I wanted to target the Corphish, not the Zapdos. Okay, it looks like we are fighting the Zapdos, I guess. Enemy Absol doing some nonsense here. Ooh, I got slow beamed. Absol picks up all the points and then doesn't even score them. Same with Ninetales, because they're bots. Super strange gameplay. Super duper strange gameplay by these bots. I think you like Ninetales. Patrick, yeah, I really, that's what I was talking about. I really like Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales. They're some of the most majestic Pokemon of all time. Probably Alolan Ninetales is probably a fan favorite because of how just absolutely majestic that Pokemon is. So beautiful. That's why they gave Alolan Ninetales a skin that's majestic, silky. Right there, you can see it in the top lane fighting that Corphish. Wow, this Slowbro gonna go straight for it. Oh, that's my Slowbro. Darn it, I just let some points through because I was trying to stun that Slowbro. But that was actually my own team's Slowbro. I actually got that last hit. So, sorry Charizard, you're beat. Ouch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I just used Leaf Tornado on Charizard, and they still landed their auto attacks. So I guess that when you land Leaf Tornado on an ulting Charizard, you don't blind them. So that's interesting. I think Charizard, when they're ulting, they become unstoppable, so it makes sense that they can't be blinded. Alright, so there's another win for us. And this time we'll actually see the animation. Let's see if we get a free diamond. We got a performance, and the free diamond, there we go. Okay, 2 more wins. Ooh, and we're level 10. Okay, alright, Lassie, pay attention here. We just hit level 10. That means that we can actually use EXP share. Now's your chance to see how and why we run EXP share on Eldegoss. EXP share can be a liability on Eldegoss when you're in a lower rank because some people won't understand how EXP share works, but let me just explain it to you. Basically, if you are the lowest level on your team, then you will gain 2 EXP points for free every second. When you level it up to 10, it goes up to 3 per second, 3 EXP per second, and level 20, you'll get 4 EXP per second as long as you are the lowest level on your team. The reason why you are going to be the lowest level on the team is because the rest of this item is passive. In addition, when a nearby teammate defeats a wild Pokemon, that teammate gains slightly more EXP points. What this item description doesn't tell you is that the EXP shareholder themselves, so Eldegoss, myself, I'm actually going to gain 0 EXP every time an ally knocks out a Pokemon while I'm standing next to it. Normally, standing next to a wild Pokemon that your teammate knocks out, it gives you EXP, but when you're wearing EXP share, the full EXP amount goes to the person who knocked it out. So they get more EXP, but you, as Eldegoss, will be getting less EXP, or you, as the EXP shareholder, will be getting less EXP. And that's why you are actually going to end up being the lowest level on your team, which is a good thing because of the first part of this item's passive. You're going to gain EXP points every second as long as you're the lowest level. So a lot of people aren't going to understand how this item works at the lower levels, so they might not get those last hits. So it can be a liability, but we're still going to run it because it's better than running nothing. You may as well just run something. If you really think if you're really a low level and you feel like your allies just aren't going to use EXP share correctly, then you could put on like leftovers. Put on whatever item you want. You could put on a score shield. But I would recommend just going for the EXP share just in case you do have an ally who does know what they're doing. Then it's going to help you out so much. It's going to be worth it. Because even if you have an ally who doesn't really know what they're doing, it's whatever. We were getting by just fine with only 2 items. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be okay. Even if the item ends up being a little bit useless for us. Kirby, I'm paying attention. Oh, I outed myself. No, it's okay. Kirby is in Smash Ultimate. Don't major in MOBAs, period. Yeah. Not sure this challenge is possible with the insanity that is matchmaking, but good luck. I'm gonna try my best, Henry. Plenty of stories of people making it to Masters in solo queue only. I haven't heard anyone say that they did it with support only, but the thing is that once we get higher up, once we're in like veteran, expert, ultra, it's actually going to get easier. The beginner ranks are actually the hardest ranks for this challenge because I'm basically supporting people who have no idea what they're doing, who have no idea what EXP share even does. So, can you try commenstring? I don't think I have the organs necessary to commenstrate. I'm sorry. My Vulpix is cheering you on. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for getting your Vulpix to cheer us on. Give me that energy like a spirit bomb. Commentary? You mean commentating? That's what I've been doing every game. What? Is my commentary not good for you, Nick? I've been commentating every game, dude. Let me make sure. There might have been a few messages I missed earlier. Oh, Lilium said he gets busted really easily. Oh. Sorry, Lilium. I missed your message earlier. Patrick with the congratulations. Thank you. I think that Patrick might be watching the stream VOD, like the replay. So they're like congratulating me on things that happened like a while ago. So I believe I can win this last hit, especially. Yeah, I was just a blind fire last hit, but I was seeing every time they auto attack, so I kind of had an idea of how much health that Audino had, and I knew that the enemy. Oh shoot! I could have stolen that. I knew that the enemy Gardevoir had already wasted their confusion. Sniped another one off them. I'm really liking Leaf Tornado for the ability to like get last hits, so I'm gonna keep rocking it. I think I'm more likely to carry with this more aggressive Leaf Tornado at these lower ranks. I could have thrown that Leaf Tornado towards my allies to try to give them a speed boost out of the slow zone. But I decided to just focus on the bees. Okay, we do have EXP share, so we're happy to let others get these last hits. We just want to stand next to each creep because that should activate EXP share, at least based on the description. I had to steal that last hit instead of letting Garchomp get it because I didn't want to let the Charizard get it. Oof. I didn't have my Cotton Guard ready because I already used the heal on them, so I wasn't able to protect that Garchomp. Sometimes your lane partners are going to feed. That's okay. I thought commentating is like, goal. Oh, I'm not going to commentate like that right now because I'm trying to teach people. And if I just try to be hype like that, like, I'm not going to be teaching anyone. I'm just going to be, like, loud. And that can be entertaining. And I definitely enjoy commentating like that. I do that a lot in Splatoon. But I don't want to do it here because I do have a mission today. Shoot. I got hit by too many of those Psyshocks to live. Who would win between the battle of Pikachu and Vulpix? Pikachu has better stats, so Pikachu would probably win. Like by a landslide. Yeah, Nick, I'm just trying to focus on actually teaching people today, so we're not gonna do any like goal. Drednaw actually got killed by my enemies, so good on them. That's what you would like to see your team do, is actually rotate down to the Drednaw. In that situation there, I should have been paying more attention. I should have not fed. Like I said, I do make mistakes quite often, especially while I'm streaming. I'm a lot more likely to just not really be focused. But I can still tell you guys what I did wrong and what you should do differently if you want things to work out better for you in your own personal games. So I apologize that I'm not able to play absolutely perfectly. Honestly, I've never been the most, like, naturally talented gamer. I've always been someone who has to work really hard and learn a lot to get better. And that's why I'm making these guides, to help other people who want to work hard and learn hard and get better at the game. Alright, this one's going to be rough because we have a Garchomp. Anytime you have a Garchomp in beginner tier, you should be worried because it's very unlikely that that Garchomp has the slightest clue what they're doing. So they're probably just going to end up being a giant liability to your team because of how weak they are throughout most of the game. I think that Garchomp can be really useful. You can do so much damage to people, but like you have to understand what's happening in the game, and that's just unlikely to be the case if you're a beginner. It's okay though, because honestly, as a beginner, you're probably going to be useless either way. So just play who you want to play. If you want to play Garchomp, recognize that you're a giant liability to the team, but also recognize that you were already a liability to the team just by not knowing what's happening, and that's okay. You can't stop yourself from not knowing what's happening. All you can do is try to learn. As long as you're learning every game, don't feel bad about being clueless. As long as you're learning from every game. If you ever feel like there's a game that you lost and you have no idea what was happening, consider recording clips from the game and sharing them on Twitter. I do have a Twitter. You can tweet at me and say, hey Joe, why did I lose this game? If you have a full game replay, I can really help you figure it out. But if you don't, then all I have is one clip to judge by, and it's going to be kind of more complicated to figure out what happened and what you should do differently. But still, feel free to try your luck. Okay, so the fact that we have a Venusaur who's still a Venusaur, who's not a Venusaur, and a Garchomp, I would say EXP sure did nothing for me here, Glilissy, but I'm just wearing it anyway because I had no third item anyway. I would probably just recommend going something else if you're in beginner tier, because as you can tell, EXP sure is doing nothing for me because I have a Venusaur who's still level 8, and I'm almost level 11. I have a Garchomp who, okay, at least Garchomp finally leveled up and got a higher level than me. or got more EXP than me. We're the same level, but they have more EXP than me. Shoot. Oh no, they got us. Congrats on Ultra Rank today, Poggert. Okay, this is going to be a tough one. I want to win this. I want to win this. I'm going to try my best here. By the way, this is kind of random, but we're going to stream again tomorrow. It's not going to be an Eldegoss like support only live stream. We're just going to try to do those like once or twice a week. Oh my gosh, so much damage. That's okay. We're just going to try to do this like once or twice a week. And I don't know if I want to change the format to like where I record offline or something. Or maybe I do it on Twitch instead of on YouTube and then I just edit it for the YouTube. Kind of like how we did the tier list. Where we started on Twitch and then it made it to YouTube. Talonflame actually is a scumbag for going AFK like this. Because Talonflame could actually save us here. Like Talonflame could legitimately save this game for us. But they're just like pouting in a corner. Darn it. Talonflame, please. Okay, Talonflame came back. Ah, but it was too late. Yo, Talonflame. Don't, please, guys, don't just give up in the middle of your games. If you're going to play a competitive game, if you're going to play a ranked mode in a game, don't be a quitter. Play the game out, because you might have teammates who are trying to win, and it's just, you're ruining the whole experience for them. Honestly, Talonflame, you're a scumbag. Talonflame was actually the best player on the team, but then they turned out to be such a selfish scumbag. They decided to go pout in a corner instead of winning the game. Honestly, that makes this Talonflame a bigger noob than anyone else on this team. Talonflame is honestly the biggest reason why we lost now, because of the fact that they just went AFK during the absolute most important time in the game when Zapdos is spawning. That's when you go AFK. That is the biggest throw. That Talonflame is the biggest thrower.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
I hate when they just do nothing and when it's 100% winnable. Yeah, you really just shouldn't do that like that. You're just so weak mentally. It just shows how weak you are mentally and how much you don't think. Like, if you think that you're better off going AFK, then you're not enjoying the game. Like, if you legitimately are better off walking away from the game, it means that you shouldn't be playing this game because you're not enjoying it enough to just complete a game. Yeah, I could go on and on about like how obvious it is that you just shouldn't do this, but I won't harp on it. Winners never surrender. I mean, I've surrendered before. Like, if my enemies kill the Zapdos, then I usually don't mind surrendering. Honestly, even in those situations, I still don't surrender. I really am one of those people who almost never surrenders. Like, 1 out of 20 games. Honestly, yeah, like 1 out of 10 losses, I'll actually surrender. Every other loss out of 10, I'll just play it out. I just want to see how close we can get. But yeah, we're gonna report Talonflame for going AFK. AFK. Why did the music just stop? Okay, gotta report people for going AFK. And let's check out this music. Let's check out what's happening with this music. Because it just keeps like scrolling through songs really quickly and like none of them are finishing. Let's listen to some Maple Story to calm us down. I still don't know why people surrendering. It just means that they are quitters. Some people are quitters, that's okay. Honestly, I believe that it's a sign that you're a little bit mentally weak. It's okay, some people are mentally weak and that's why they quit. So we'll continue on. 2 more wins and we'll be out of here. But for now, we're locked in beginner jail with Talonflames that want to go AFK instead of play. Groovy emote for when bops play. Wait, why do I hear something in the background? Whoa. Okay, we're good. No more random little background noise. Even if you lose, you still get EXP and more, but if you surrender, you will not get anything. Oh, really? I didn't know you get nothing when you surrender. So even more reason to just not surrender. It just shows that people don't really think things through. And here we go again with the pattern. Whenever you lose, you instantly get launched into a free win via the bot system. Honestly, one of the worst parts about this game, one of the only things that actually tilts me is getting into a bot match. And the reason why is because when I'm in a bot match, I'm not even playing the game. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not playing the game. I'm just getting a free win. And so basically the bot match is like just the biggest waste of 10 minutes because I'm just not even having fun. I'm not playing the game. Luckily, we are doing an educational stream, so we can still just talk and try to be educational, and that'll at least give us some value for our time. But when you're just playing and you end up in a bot match, it is so tilting. It's just like, ugh, why am I even here? Why did I even turn on this game if I literally am not even going to play a real game? Want to know what's more... Want to know what's more knowing? When you're a liability to the team since you get called out of nowhere and have to answer it. Yeah, I mean, if you get called out of nowhere and you have to, like, get off the game, then that's okay. That's how things are. But it's just a really big coincidence that someone would try to concede and then the Talonflame goes AFK out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, maybe the Talonflame had a good reason for going AFK, but I'm doubtful. Okay, so we're going to play aggressively. Throughout the beginning, I was not really going for plays like this, where I go super aggro. I should have used my potion a lot earlier. It was off cooldown that whole fight, and I could have just used it. Okay, we're overextending here. Don't be like me here. I'm getting a little too overzealous because I know I'm against bots who aren't going to do anything. Yeah, you know, maybe you have a legitimate reason to go AFK, but if you have no legitimate reason to go AFK, then you're honestly a scumbag. You're just ruining the game for other people who want to enjoy. You guys can hear my dog whining. She wants attention because I've been streaming for a few hours. I wasn't expecting for it to take this long to get out of beginner tier, but I kind of just spent a lot of time just doing a little bit of chatting at the beginning of the stream. And then we also got a bunch of unexpected losses. I was expecting to just get a bunch of free wins the whole way through, but I'm starting to realize, because like I play support in Masters, and like it's pretty easy to just win games. I thought it would be like that. But no, when you're supporting in beginner tier, I've learned things. I've learned the way that your allies play can make it really hard to carry yourself in beginner tier. So that's okay. We're just going to get through this, keep on making it higher and higher up in the tiers, and then eventually we'll be able to just get some easy wins, and once we hit like expert. Dolly, I hear you. She just wants attention. Maybe she wants some water. I did already give her some water, but maybe she's a little thirsty. A little extra thirsty. I know you all been there. You just drank a whole bottle of water and all of a sudden you're still thirsty. That's my dog right now. We went for a walk earlier today, and she's always really thirsty after the walk, so I refilled her bowl. But she's thirsty again, so we'll give her a little bit of that H2O. What were you saying about tomorrow's stream? Oh, I'm streaming tomorrow because it's my birthday. Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna stream Pokemon Unite because I'm just really excited about this game. We just got sponsored by Mazer Gaming to play Pokemon Unite, so I just really want to keep playing this game. I'm really feeling hype about it right now. I'm gonna help the Drednaw knock out this guy. Maybe we'll actually score. Ooh, the Matrix. We just barely dodged that attack by Charizard. No, I don't want Drednaw to reset. Why can I not use my skill? What the heck? I just tried to throw Leaf Tornado like 4 times or 3 times at that Charizard. It didn't work until the 3rd attempt. Okay, she's got to be thirsty. Sometimes she'll whine just because she wants my attention, my dog. But this time she's totally whining like she wants something. Good job, bot Absol. Absoltron 9000. Okay, EXP share is honestly doing nothing for us at these lower ranks. So I am gonna have to make sure that I recommend new items at the beginning of the next episode. Just let people know that, hey, you know what? Honestly, EXP share doesn't work because people are so... Like, I'm level 10. And this Charizard is still level 8. Absol is level 9 and they were my jungler. So, you're not gonna get much value out of EXP share if you actually know what you're doing. Because you're not going to be the lowest level. And your allies might not get the last hits. I can win this 1v1 because I have a lot of levels. And I know that person is using Pollen Puff. And I think that Leaf Tornado is better for the 1v1. Got games? Yeah, we do. I'm a gamer, bro. What's up, Sly? We're doing a little bit of solo queue to Masters. I don't know if you're trying to play with me, but I'm solo queue only today. I'm trying to show people that you can get to Masters even on solo queue, even if you're free to play, even if you play supports. Your teammate surrendered your last game and you didn't get anything? Oh, I see. Interesting. I think Tencent needs to remove the surrender button. Honestly, yeah, it's a 10-minute game and it shouldn't be necessary. People shouldn't have to concede. It's actually a really good thing that I got slow beamed instead of Charizard, because now Charizard can just do all this damage. And now I just position behind the Charizard. The Charizard should have been kiting forward the whole time, but I believe the Charizard is a bot, so... Soundflame probably went to do other things and initially quitted. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Soundflame was doing. They were messing around with throwing the game. I mean, as long as you felt bad for leaving and then you didn't leave again in the future, Sable. Like, if something happens and you have to get up and go, like, you know... real life first, you know, like we were saying earlier, don't major in Pokemon Unite, make that your minor, okay? Get a major in your real education and focus on Pokemon Unite secondarily. You know, it's okay if you have to do something else in real life. I should have been more careful to, like, mention to you guys, you know, it's bad to AFK because you're hard throwing, but, like, if something's happening in real life, like if your cat is like stuck in a tree, then, you know, go get your cat. Or if your dog like ran out the front door, then go get your dog.
The final stretch.
But if you have no excuse, then you really shouldn't be leaving and you really should feel terrible. But if you have an excuse, then all good. You know, just make sure it doesn't happen again. take precaution, you know? Maybe you shouldn't play while your front door is open, because your dog might get out. Maybe you weren't the one who opened the front door. Let your little brother know, like, hey, watch out with the front door. Don't leave it open, because the dog might get out, and then I'll have to leave in the middle of my Pokemon Unite game to go get them back in the house. We don't want that. Everybody shield up. I got speed buffs for you. What are they doing? Why would they not Eddie the human, you're not a human, you're a bot. That is a fake. That name is fake news. You are not a human. You are a bot. Oh no. Ninetales is... Oh, my bot Ninetales jumped here instead of here. If my Ninetales lets that, I'm just not gonna even risk it. I'm coming up here myself. Oh shoot. They ulted, what the heck? Wait, the ult actually had a nice little design, I think, because of the skin. Because of the skin that she's in. Yeah, Lassie, we have been sponsored by Mazer Gaming. That was our big news for today. We have a little right there. Time is up. Oh wait, we moved it. It's actually up here now. Our sponsor. Yeah, so Mazer Gaming, they have a bunch of sponsors, and all their sponsors became my sponsors. Okay, so there's our free win. Just in case there was any doubt that these guys are bots, I'm on this end screen, and I'm clicking A to try to like add them as a friend or give them a thumbs up, but I can't because they were all bots. Every last member of my team was a bot. Okay, I'm gonna give my dog some water, and then we need one more victory to make it out of beginner tier and into great rank, and we can end off our first episode. Yo, Emmy! Welcome to the stream today. I don't know if you saw earlier, but we are doing a solo queue only, support only challenge all the way up to Master, free to play too while we're at it. We are limiting our item upgrade usage just in case someone in the future watches this and they're like, hey, I don't have that many tickets because I wasn't around for all the first day freebie rewards. Well, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm still making content for you. So I'm not going to overuse the free tickets that they give. What is your favorite roles in Pokemon Unite? Defender and Attacker are probably my favorites to play. Support is one that I play a lot, even though I don't necessarily love it. I just play it a lot. I'm playing Support right now. It's not my favorite role to play, but I play it a lot, so I know a lot about how to play it. Because I'm always willing to play Support if the team needs a support. And every single game, my team needs a support. No one ever picks support. So pretty much half the time, I'm playing support. So I actually know a lot about how to play support. Ninetales on Ninetales? Non-violence? Were they being non-violent? Oh, that's true. They was Ninetales on Ninetales non-violence. They both just ignored each other in the top lane. The $40 Ninetales drip. Yeah, that Unite move actually looked different because of the Ninetales drip. Okay, here we go. Potentially the last game of this episode. Let's get this W and move on. Alright, I don't want to be a great tier player. I want to be in the higher tiers. Let me just quickly check about ranks. Okay, Great actually has 4 classes, so it's going to take us some time to get out of Great rank. It's probably going to take 2 episodes for Great rank. And then all episodes after that for Expert, Veteran, and Ultra, that's probably going to be multiple episodes per. Everyone loves to play Attacker. Some people prefer All-Rounder, but it's pretty much the same thing. Attacker. Everyone loves to play Attacker. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, thank you. Gotta get my daily dose of Yo Cup of Joe on all platforms. Wait, I think I posted to Discord? I didn't post to Discord. Shoot. I never posted to Discord to tell everybody that I'm streaming. Oh, big mistake. That's okay. We still got the homies here with us on YouTube, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, I mean, it is actually super true that everyone loves to play Attacker. I think because everybody just loves to do damage, right? It's pretty obvious. Everyone just likes to do the damage dealer role, so they're going to go with Attacker. But yeah, I've found success just by playing whatever role the team needs, and then just making sure that we have a balanced team composition. I didn't know you were live here until I searched a video of yours to send to my friend. Yeah, I mean, if you watch a lot of my videos, then you probably got a notification on your phone. But other than that, the only way for you to know would be to like go see on my channel. Because I didn't post to Discord. I made a mistake today. But I'll hit up Discord next time. Sable said Expert is the worst. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Sometimes you have bad teammates, but you gotta just live through it. Looks like Wolfo wants to go down to the bottom lane. That's actually fine with me. Yeah, there we go. No, no, no. Jake, go down. Jake, go down. Jake. Jake. Thank you, Jake. So I didn't want to go down because then we'd be a support and a defender in the same lane. And we just wouldn't really be able to do much offensive work. And I think that Mamoswine is a Pokemon whose early game allows you to like be aggressive. So I wouldn't want to hamper that by being down there. I mean, we do have the muscle band. That was a crazy lick that just hit nothing. We do have the muscle band, so we actually are kind of a DPS unit. Darn it, we tried to do a little auto attack leafage combo. Okay, I should have taken off the EXP share. Okay, I do have less EXP than my allies, so it is kind of working. They got the last hit. They're about to, yep, dash onto me, try to knock me up. Oh, so much damage. That was actually pretty shocking to me. I wasn't expecting that. Filling the role isn't that bad. That synergy really gives you an advantage. Yeah, I would say don't fill a role that you don't know how to play. But if you can play that role, you should fill it. Everyone should own at least one support and at least one defender. Because a lot of times, those are the roles that your team needs, is defender and support. Got that last hit. Or kind of weird, just the way they're standing there. So that's why you don't want to get too crazy and overextend. That's what I was talking about. You don't want to chase people once they're on their goal. My Gengar did not hear that advice and therefore did not follow it. So they just chased somebody onto their goal and they died for it. I actually don't want to finish knocking that out. I just want to run down. Alright, if you really want to make a meta play, at 7 minutes you do need to just rotate down for the Drednaw. That is my big advice for people who want to rank up. I have a whole separate video on this. I just want it back. Okay, enemies got the Rotom, but that's fine. We trade with them. If they want our top goal, they can have it. Because they're just going to make a whole bunch of catch-up EXP spawn right here. You just saw on the map, it popped up. I'm going to back off. There's no jump pad. Because it's not 5 minutes yet. It's still a good idea to back here. Whoa, they should not have gone in. They were spamming the button or something and accidentally jumped in, maybe. Someone needs to farm this jungle. These creeps here. I love with Race, I can just destroy people on their goals. With Race? Who's Race? You mean Cinderace? Yeah, I mean, honestly, you shouldn't really be trying to focus people down while they're on their goal. Unless at certain points. Like right now, 5 minutes into the game, the tier 1 goals are not that powerful. You could probably just try to dive people who are on their tier 1 goal at this point in the game. But at the point in the game where you saw my lane partner Gengar diving on this goal, it was like 2 minutes into the game. So they just weren't powerful enough to overcome the healing from a goal. But later on, you can overcome the healing from a tier 1 goal. You should almost never dive the tier 2 goal unless you're very ahead. And then even more so for the final goal. For the central goal, you definitely don't push that one unless you're very ahead. Okay, both objectives are up. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Nicely done. Okay, we actually have a good Greninja. I'm going to position in a way where I'm in front of the Greninja, so they go for me instead of the Ninja Frog. Yeah, now here we go. Shoot. Okay, this guy focuses me instead of the Ninja Frog. Huge mistake. Okay, looked like the Cinder might. Cinderace is very mad. I'll stay in just to make sure Greninja stays alive.
Don't give up.
Okay, I'm really worried about this because they're probably coming. Willing to just meet them up there and let them attack me instead of attacking. To ult. Worth it there to keep my Greninja alive, I think.
Final stretch.
Do they have a score shield?
What a goal!
Ouch. Oh, nice. We got the Zapdos. Free points.
What a goal! What a goal! What a goal!
You and Greninja going crazy? Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. Whoa, what are you doing?
You're on fire!
Oh, all the opponents are dead. They're just running in. What's my dog doing?
What a goal!
Let's just score our little one. We could have ulted to try to get out there. That would have been a pretty epic play. Okay, that game we actually had some teamwork between myself and the Greninja, so I just stuck with them for pretty much the last 5 minutes of the game. Like I said, trying to get opponents to attack me by standing in front of the Greninja and then retreating behind the Greninja. Like, okay, they're bullying me. Go stop them, Greninja. That's pretty much the plan. Because as long as they're eating away at my health bar instead of the Greninja's health bar. Because the Greninja is an extremely squishy Pokemon. And Greninja could easily die, and then it would just be a whole really bad situation at that point.
Time's up.
And they did not stand a chance there.
You win.
So we actually had a Greninja who is really good. And this is what I'm talking about. The games will get easier and easier as a support the more you rank up, because you'll actually be able to support people who know what's going on. And, like, if it's a good player versus a good player, that's even, right? But if it's a good player versus a good player who also has a good support, that's really hard to beat. So if you can make sure that you are that good support, the moment you have that good player, you're going to be a very powerful duo. That me and that Greninja, we're unstoppable in that bottom lane almost. I'm going to give a good job to Prodigal Son. Prodigal Son didn't give me a thumbs up. What the heck, bro? How dare you? Okay, we'll give one to everybody on the team, because this is my final beginner rank game. I now... Here it is. Wait, what? We didn't get out. We need one more win. No way. I thought that was the last one. Don't attack Zeraora, he's thinking. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. I guess we're playing one more. One more. False alarm, everybody. One more. Because apparently that's the way it works. We didn't have enough performance points, maybe. Maybe we needed more performance points to get that free diamonds to carry us over to the next. Okay, and look, we didn't lose, so they didn't give us an automatic bot match. That is the pattern. Whenever you lose, they give you a bot match right after to just push you out of beginner rank. No, Panda Pal. I need to support. Please, Prodigy. Thank you. I would have gone Wigglytuff if I had to. I would have done it. What? Bot match? No, this isn't a bot match, Squirtle. I'm just talking about we got some bot matches earlier today. But not this time. Not this game. This is a regular schmegula. Dude named Xandercat. That's a cool name. That was real. What was real? Bot matches? Yeah, bot matches are real. If you get to the end, if you enter into a game and you're at the character select and everyone on your team has no Pokemon selected, and then all of a sudden they all pick a Pokemon at the exact same time, That's a bot match. If you got a Slowbro and a Gardevoir who are just standing directly on top of each other, like permanently the whole game long, just following each other around, you're in a bot match. If you get to the end game screen and you can't click on the names of any of your opponents or allies to like give them a good job or anything, it's because you were in a bot match. Huh. I don't know why Cinder wants to split up with me. Okay, we have our burst ready. That's how we like to do it. I'm gonna try to steal this one now. If you're not confident, you could just go farm your Idino. But if you are confident, ooh, that guy just wasted their burst. Oh, I wasted my burst now. I really preferred Leaf Tornado. Every time I go Pollen Puff, I feel like I wish I had Leaf Tornado a lot of the time. Okay, we can try to start on this Idino. Wait, what? This might be a free kill. I think this is more important than farming the bees. You might disagree. But in that situation, I chose to prioritize killing the Squirtle. Kiting towards their side. Now I'm positioned in this bush, and this little guy can't really approach. Oh, my Ninetales should be doing this. Trying to angle my Leaf Tornado in a way where it's going to be more useful during the lane. That's kind of a more advanced thing to be thinking about. But since we've been playing a bunch of Eldegoss, it's just something that was on my mind. I'm like, what if I threw a really big brain Leaf Tornado, position myself in a specific way so that the Leaf Tornado could just be all across the lane. I kind of left that support to my ally to knock out, that Blissey. I just left them because I knew that Cinderace would be able to get the knockout. I was thinking about whether or not I want to give a speed buff to my Cinder to try to fight the Blissey. Go big fly damage. Ninja Frog's gonna die because they're so squishy. Do you see how we ended up at the beginning, like way behind them there? It's because I'm kiting. In between every auto attack, I'm holding forward so that even if they try to run away, I'm gonna be positioned to continue doing damage to them a little bit longer. Nice catch by that Talonflame there. Predicting where that Greninja was gonna be, even though they were invisible. Leaf Tornado actually makes you run super fast, even in the slow lane. Shout out to Talonflame for coming back to help me out. I kind of got myself into trouble by running so deep into the slow lane. So thank you. Managed to give them a shield right before they lifted off. That Greninja almost got one-shot by Fly. That's pretty amazing. Rotom just touched down over there. Pikachu managed to score 25. Okay, here we need to find our Piloswine because we need to position behind them. As long as we can stay stuck to the team, and as long as Piloswine is part of that team, we're gonna win this game very easily. I just don't know where Piloswine is. Okay, we're living. Ooh, they ulted for that.
You're on fire!
Oh, he's still here. He's still here. Okay, gonna try to get Blissey to waste more eggs. That'll actually be big brain for us. And it looks like they are wasting eggs. Nice, Talonflame just kind of instantly kills there. Making sure to use my health potion. You want to make sure health potion is always on cooldown. Iceberg Mike, yo, welcome, welcome. Laser Gazer, hello. Check it out, check it out. We're about to make it out of beginner rank prison. We're actually starting to get some knowledgeable teammates in our matches, which is making support much, much easier of a role to play. Got a speed buff for everybody. Let's keep trying it. Mamoswine kind of... There we go. Yeah, back out there. Ah, man. They could have stunned that Greninja. That would have been epic. Okay, I'm going to go back and give our Leaf Tornado to everybody. This Leaf Tornado is actually going to buff the Rotom. You see he's moving fast now? That's because of the Leaf Tornado. Do it again. Leaf Tornado buff. Ah, my own Mamoswine blocked our Rotom. Make sure to wait for everybody to land from scoring before you cast the Cotton Guard, because Cotton Guard will not land on an ally if they're invulnerable. So if they just run out of spawn and they're still invincible, they have the spawn invincibility, you won't be able to shield them or heal them. And if they're in the middle of the scoring animation where they're invulnerable... Okay, I almost ulted to try to save that person. I should have... I mean, no. That Cinderace just shouldn't have been in there. I was going to say, maybe I should have stayed to try to help the Cinder. Oh, that almost killed me. Okay, I have 10 seconds to back. And get in there. Is anyone on this Drednaw? No.
The final stretch.
Alright, we have a massive lead.
You're on fire.
We don't have to zap. But we kind of may as well, just to get them to come fight us. So I am gonna ult, secure it. Nice, just a little burst damage at the end there. Even if I didn't get the last hit, I saw that no one was around to try to steal it. So I decided to just burst it early to make it easier on my Talonflame, to just have a low health target to focus. I need some of those, I need some of those.
What a goal! What a goal!
They dropped some eggs for me to score. Positioning myself to kind of throw that in front of the Talonflame. I want to make sure Talonflame gets the speed buff. The range on Cotton Guard is actually huge. Ooh, I'm gonna pick up those up. Oh, okay, I have 15 though. Poor Cinderace trying to score. Panda Pal 777. You're not on the healing thing. You're gonna die.
What a goal!
I saved my burst to knock out the Gengar because I didn't want Talonflame to steal it. Talonflame wouldn't even be able to steal it because they don't have any range options. Everyone ulting. We're all ulting for it. Oh, I have 1 point. No, I didn't get to score my final point. The final defeat at the end of the beginner tier run. Bro, that Gengar is AFK. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They gave up. We got that 1,000 point win just to seal the deal. And there you have it, folks. That is our final victory to get us out of beginner tier. This has been the very beginning of my support only solo queue to master challenge run. I hope that you guys learned something. I hope that if you guys had any questions that you were brave enough to ask them in the chat, and I hope that I saw your message and I hope that I answered you. If you do have any questions and you're watching this in the future, you're watching this as a VOD, as a replay, then feel free to leave a question in the comment section. I do still read all my comments. Yeah, I'm happy to help people with this game. The whole point of making this series was to show people that, hey, you can make it to master even if you're playing supports, even if you don't have any friends to play with, and even if you're free to play. I'm limiting the amount of tickets that I spend on items because people who come into the game later might not have all these like freebie first day, first week of the game rewards. So you might not have as many tickets and tokens, so I am going to limit the amount of tickets and tokens that I do spend. As I level up through the ranks, I am still going to get some of my items to level 10 and level 20, but I'm not going to push anything past level 20, because I honestly don't think you need anything past level 20 to even get to master rank. Sheesh, 1,000 points. Yeah, Nick, I just had to do it to him. You know what I mean? I had to do it to him. GG, GG. Thank you, Patrick, for all the cheers from your Vulpix and Ninetales. My Vulpix was here too. Was an Eldegoss main. I appreciate this. Yo, Weapon N90. I hope that I helped you out. I hope that you saw some of the ways that I play. I am going to continue the series, so you'll see how I play against stronger and stronger opponents. But real quick, before we end it off, let's do a little recap, okay? Behold, we are now in the Great Rank. Thank you, everybody. Ooh, we got 2 diamonds for free. Let's go. Thank you, everybody who supported us. And just as a little recap for how did we get here, the main thing that I want you guys to drill into your mind and focus on while you're in the beginner tiers is the laning phase, okay? Number 1, first and foremost, do a good job in that laning phase, and you're going to be in a good position to do well for the whole rest of the game. During the laning phase, make sure that while you're killing the monkeys, you kite in between each attack. That means moving forward or backwards every time you attack. That's kiting. So you want to kite forwards as you knock out those A-palms on your way to lane so that you get to lane sooner. When you are on those double Audinos, make sure if you have any AoE abilities, you use the AoE to hit both monkeys just to make you even more efficient, get you out into the lane even faster. The reason why we want to get out to lane quick is so that we can fight for the farm for that middle Audino or for that middle Corphish. If you're in the top lane, you want to get that creep that's in the middle of the lane, the wild Pokemon in the middle of the lane that's between your side and the enemy side. You want to go for that creep first because that is the contested creep. You want to make sure you get that creep off of the map so that it has been secured for your team, and then you can go back and get the A-palms and Audinos that are on your side anyway. You guys saw me playing more aggressively where I tried to steal the enemy A-palms, and in some games I played more defensively and tried to knock out our A-palms. In a lot of the games, we had kind of noobs in my lane, and they were just farming our Audinos while I was farming the top Audino alone. So the Audinos on my side were gone anyway, so I had kind of no choice but to try to steal them from the enemy side. But normally what you want to do is get the Audino from the middle and then go back and farm the ones from your side. If you're feeling kind of spicy, then you can go try to steal them from the enemy side. But that's kind of a more advanced thing, so that's not something you should worry too much about as a beginner. Make sure that when you're going for last hits, save your cooldowns. Don't blow your cooldowns on a full health creep. I know it feels juicy, you just want to take a big punch and start auto attacking it down, but what you really want to do is start by auto attacking it and then throw out your big cooldown, your big burst damage to get the last hit, just to make sure that people don't steal it from you. So you guys saw when I was playing there, I was saving my leafage as much as I could to get the last hits, and sometimes the last hits were getting stolen from me, and it usually comes down to bad usage of the move leafage. Bad leafage usage. We did get to talk about positioning a little bit, but honestly my teammates were too weak for us to really look at and talk about positioning. We did have the last couple games actually did have strong allies, so you saw how I want to position behind my tanks but in front of my DPS. So I want to be behind the tank so I don't get hit first, but I want to be in front of my DPS units like my Greninja and my Cinderace, because I would rather my HP get drained than my damage dealer's HP get drained. Because if I die, but my damage dealer is still alive, then we're still doing things, we're still doing damage, we still have a chance to win the fight. But if my damage dealers all die and I'm the only one left, it's just me and the tank who survive, then we can't do anything. That's still a lost team fight for us, so we may as well not even be alive. So always try to prioritize keeping your damage dealers alive, even in the lower ranks. I really mean that. Even in the lower ranks, you want to prioritize keeping your damage dealers alive, because even at low ranks, your damage dealers know to click A and do the damage, okay? And it's really, trust me, it is worth it to protect your damage dealers. Don't just throw your life away. If you start getting whittled down, then okay, back off. If they just burst you down instantly, then that's too bad. I guess you stayed in too long. But, you know, do back off once you start getting destroyed. You definitely want to keep that in mind. But yeah, that's kind of some ideas about positioning as a support. Sinlan, I am Zinlan or Sinlan. Thank you for your donation of 20. I don't know what kind of currency that is. INR. But whatever that is, whatever that converts to, whether that's 20 cents, $20, or $2, thank you for supporting the live stream. I much appreciate it. I'm going to keep on doing my best to keep putting out this educational content. And one more thing that I didn't really talk about at the beginning, but we did start talking about it by the time we got into the middle of this stream. We're focusing a little bit. We kind of realized that we couldn't really focus on positioning because our allies are honestly that bad. I didn't realize that was going to be the case. So instead, what I would say to focus on instead of positioning is the way you play around objectives. Start to plant the seed into your mind that when it's 7 minutes left on the clock and the Drednaw and Rotom have just first spawned in for the first time, make sure you rotate down to that Drednaw. Or if you're feeling like you want to do something a little weird, you could stay up top and you could kill the Rotom. I'm just going to warn you, that is an off-meta thing to do, and it might not be as likely to win you the game as if you had gone down to the Drednaw, but it's just something for you to start realizing is like, okay, once you do well in the laning phase, you get yourself this advantage. Now you want to leverage that advantage by participating in team fights. So if you do a good job in lane and you are ahead in EXP, you want to start forcing team fights so that you can turn this EXP advantage into a one team fight, into collecting the Drednaw, into collecting the Rotom, things like that. So by rotating down to the Drednaw and fighting the Drednaw, you force your opponents to react. They're either going to just have to accept that you're fighting the Drednaw and just go leave and fight the Rotom, or they're going to go fight you on the Drednaw. Is more likely what they're going to do is probably try to come to the Drednaw and fight you, and that's where you get to leverage your advantage. See how this all works together? You get to do a good job in the laning phase, you rotate down to the Drednaw and start the Drednaw so the opponents are forced to react. They have to fight you now, but you did good job in the laning phase, so you're ahead, and now you're going to win this team fight if you play it smart. Next time when we play in the great ranks, you're going to see a little bit more about how I play that fight. There are ways for you to screw it up. You can be winning in the laning phase, you can rotate down to the Drednaw, and you can force a team fight, and you can still lose that fight. So in the next episode, you're going to see a lot more playing around that Hopefully we get to see a lot more playing around the Drednaw fight. We'll see. Maybe beginners don't know to rotate to the Dred. I'm hoping that they will know. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Whatever happens in the great tier, we're going to learn from it, just like we did today in the beginner tier. Thank you all again for watching today's live stream.